Hello, good morning and welcome. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. I am Nana Tuffour Boateng. We want to thank God Almighty for gracing us and strengthening us to be here today to be able to serve you the best breakfast on television. And there are so many blessings that we take for granted. Listen, you might not consider it, but the ability to lift your hand is just by grace. And so this morning, if you are alive and you are strong and you're well, you need to give thanks to God Almighty. You need to express gratitude to Him for being gracious enough to bless us with the gift of life. And so we want to say, Abba Father, thank you and thank you. Welcome to an interactive show, a show that engages you, excites you, and invites you to participate in. Yes, I'm talking Breakfast Daily, and as you may already know, but if you do not, I'll have you know that you can join in the show by sending us your thoughts, your comments, your contributions via WhatsApp number, which should be scrolling on your screens now. And then you can join us also on Facebook or on YouTube, where we're streaming live. Let us know your thoughts, your comments, your contributions, and we'll do our best to read them out on the show for you. But let's remind you that on the 25th and the 26th of July 2026, we're going to Tamale. And we're asking all of you to come along with us, even as we converge on the Jubilee Park in Tamale. Now, we call it the Northern Business Fair. It's happening in Tamale. And of course, you're going to have businesses from all the 5 regions up north, the upper east, upper west, the northeast, the northern, and the savannah regions. However, there is no limitation to your location. So wherever it is that you are as a business, as an innovator, as an entrepreneur, someone who runs an SME, someone into technology, someone in agriculture, once you have a product, once you have a service, please call 0205-973-973. It doesn't matter where your business is located. You could be from Gamashi, and you are looking for a market in the north. Okay, you could be for Patoi, and you want to expand your business and showcase in the north. You could be from in Sutem, in the eastern region, and you want to show your business to the rest of the world. Or you are from what is it called, Takrady, in the western region, and you want to show your business to people in the northern part of the country and beyond. This is the opportunity for you. Okay, the Northern Business Fair provides that platform, that opportunity for you to expand, for you to grow, for you to network, for you to connect, and of course meet potential customers. So wherever it is that you are, that you're watching us from, if you have a business, you have a service, you have a product, please call 0205-973-973 and register. Now, once you register, please follow up with your payment and secure a slot to exhibit at the Northern Business Fair 2026. We look forward to seeing you. It's happening on the 25th and the 26th of July 2026 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. So 2 days, that's the 25th and the 26th, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. All right. The Northern Business Fair is brought to you by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, the National Petroleum Authority (NPA), and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority (GEPA). So we'd like to see you, we'd like to engage with you, we'd like to connect and network with you at the Northern Business Fair 2026. So please join us. Call 0205-973-973, register and be part of the Northern Business Fair. Now, that said, if you're a Ghanaian student or if you're a student schooling in Ghana between the ages of 11 and 15 years, the time has come once again for you to put your writing, your creativity, your critical thinking to test. We're bringing you the Literacy Challenge 2026, and we're asking you to write to us an essay. And this year, the essay is mainly focused on artificial intelligence, that's AI, and whether it presents opportunities or takes away opportunities. So we're looking at the advantages or disadvantages of artificial intelligence. So we're asking you to, in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence, AI, in education. Advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning, while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. All right, now there are a few guidelines to the contest, and these are writing guidelines. So we're asking that your essays must be handwritten by the participant. So if you're applying or you're sending in an entry, please make sure that the essay is in your own handwriting. Okay, the essay is in your own handwriting. Add your full contact details and have your essay endorsed by a parent, a guardian, or teacher, and you can post it to, please pay attention, you're posting to the Literacy Challenge. The Literacy Challenge, PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. Or you can deliver it to the Channel 1 TV premises here at Tesano in Accra. So you're posting to the Literacy Challenge GP 14123, Accra Central, or you're delivering to the Channel 1 TV premises at Tesano here in Accra. We look forward to reading your essays, and we look forward to an exciting competition. Please remember that the deadline has been extended to the 30th of July 2026. So you have up until 5 p.m. on the 30th of July 2026 to submit your entries, after which time no more entries will be entertained. So please make sure that your essay is in your own handwriting. You add your full contact details, you get your parents, your guardian, or your teacher to sign. You're posting to the Literacy Challenge, PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central, or you're delivering to the Channel 1 TV premises at Tesano here in Accra on or before 5 p.m. on the 30th of July 2026. So that's for the Literacy Challenge. And we want to say thank you to Prospectus Ghana and as our sponsors. We also want to say thank you to SIC Insurance. Thank you to Advocate Publishing. All right. Thank you to Prospectus Ghana. Thank you to SIC Insurance. Thank you to Advocate Publishing Limited for being our sponsors for the Literacy Challenge 2026. All right. Now it's time to check out the weather for today. It's Wednesday. Let's check out what the weather is saying. All right, let's bring you the summary of today's weather. It's an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. July 15, 2026. And that's the summary. A weak to moderate rainstorm sighted along the north of Togo and Ghana is anticipated to propagate westward to induce cloudiness and trigger thunderstorms with rain over parts of the northern Ghana from this morning into the afternoon. Early morning mist or fog patches are likely to develop over the coast, forest and mountainous areas, which will reduce visibility. Now, as the day progresses, sunny intervals will dominate the country with thunderstorms or rain expected over parts of the coast and the inland areas from late afternoon into the evening. All right, so that's the summary of the weather valid from 6 a.m. today, Wednesday, the 15th of July, 2026. And we'd like to say thank you to the Ghana Meteorological Agency, the GMET, for always updating us so we can plan, prepare, and be weather ready for the day. Thank you so much, Ghana Meteorological Agency. We appreciate you lots. All right, let me do a quick scan of the newspapers this morning and bring you what stories are making the headlines. Daily Graphic says, raw rubber exports ban shoots up purchases. Raw rubber exports ban shoots up purchases. Graphic employee assaulted by Nua police officers. Public land rezoning requires parliamentary approval. That's according to the locks up. Supreme Court halts GN Savings and Loans license restoration. Well, minority seeks answers over Iyoko arrest. So that's the Daily Graphic, the front page of the Daily Graphic. There's some sports on the back page that says Argentina and England battle for place in World Cup final. So that match is later today. We'll get some details regarding that later on the show. The Ghanaian Times front page says raw rubber export restrictions boosting local purchases, supporting government industrialization. That's according to RUPAG. RUPAG, that's the Rubber Producers Association of Ghana, RUPAG. Expensive politics shutting out competent leaders. That's the Vice President, Her Excellency Professor Nana Tuffour speaking. Nationwide crackdown on illegal sand winning begins. Minerals Commission uncovers illegal network. BOG revokes ZPay license over regulatory breaches. SC, that's the Supreme Court, halts restoration of GN Savings license pending final determination. Now let me take you to the Daily Gist. The Daily Gist. 244.9 million cedis in Kokon Ketinkete project ends in NDC members' bellies. 244.9 million cedis in Kokon Ketinkete project ends in NDC members' bellies. Mahama shops for clients to push third term agenda. That's a question on the front page of the Daily Gist. Afoko launches NPP national chairmanship campaign. Gold Board injects 8.4 million cedis to restore Galamsey water system. Where is 24-hour economy? Hey, wow, 650 billion. Where is 24-hour economy answers after blowing 650 billion cedis? Upon Kroma ask, hey, 650 billion cedis. Miracles Abuaji freed from Iyoko dungeon, and probe Iyoko's Miracles Abuaji Rambo style arrest. That's the minority leader Alexander Penyomakin speaking there. Daily Guide says Miracles arrest 50 million cedis bail. The inside story. Iyoko Rambo style arrest threaten democracy. That's Penyomakin. SC holds GN Savings and Loans license restoration. Gold Board injects 8.4 million cedis to fix Galamsey hit water plant. Afoko seeks MPP chairmanship on unity and reconciliation ticket. All right, let me quickly jump to the Chronicle. Chronicle also has the Paul Afoko story right here on the front page. Afoko officially joins MPP chair race, vows to reunite party, rebuild structures. Ghana faces 37.2 billion cedis annual infrastructure funding gap. Ghana faces 37.2 billion cedis annual infrastructure funding gap. And then you have the Gold Board and Ghana Water story also here on the front page. The custodian has impulsive Iyoko blasted over cruel, oppressive bail conditions. You have the Paul Afoko story here as well. And then top right hand corner says attention mounts in NDC over Mahama's third term saga. You have the gold board story here as well, and another big one that says Attoforsen presents mid-year budget on July 23. So that's the custodian. Let's quickly do the news center. Also has Paul Afoko unveiling 3 hours agenda to rebuild MPP Rally's party for 2028 comeback. Government neglect sends energy sector debt soaring to $1.5 billion. Gold board story is here. IERPP scores President Mahama 4.9 out of 10 in first year. And then you have Amankwa donates to Ayawaso West Wagon flood victims. You get details of these and more in the News Center newspaper. Finally, let me wrap up with the Herald newspaper. U.S. reveals how Abutrika blew elderly people's $8 million on cars and mansion. Iyoku makes miracles Abuaje's latte home viral ahead of 50 million CD bill price freedom. BOG cracks down on ZPay, blocks GN service license reinstatement. France European Union deepen security cooperation with Ghana. And petrol and diesel prices set to rise tomorrow. So prices are set to go up tomorrow. All right, walk to a newsstand near you, grab a copy of the various dailies, and you can get the details of the headlines as captured on the various front pages. It's time to discuss football, World Cup conversations with Yao Ejay Menta. Yao, good morning.
Nana, good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Even after the France loss?
Yeah. I mean, because it was a dominant performance by Spain, and so in that sense, there is nothing you can do but to just appreciate the brilliance of the opposing team and know that yes, you've been well beaten. Although Didier Deschamps, the head coach of France, tried some machinations by wanting to point the finger at the referee, his performance, and questioning whether he was capable of officiating a semi-final game like this, of this magnitude. And I found it very surprising because, I mean, there was no controversial decision made. I mean, the penalty, it was so clear that it was a penalty. I understand the frustration connected to the penalty because his eyes, Lucas Digne's eyes were firmly fixed on the ball, tried to get a clearance. And Lamine Yamal smartly put his body in front, in between the man and the ball. And he ended up getting kicked in the penalty box, and he got a penalty. I've seen this happen so many times in recent years because players are using their smarts to get penalties. We saw the same thing in the Mexico-England game where Harry Kane attempted a clearance and he ended up kicking against the foot of a Mexican player, and that ended up being the penalty. I also saw it in the England-Croatia game. So players are getting smart. It's all about being able to play by the rules and using it to your advantage. Maybe going forward, when it is clear that in these instances the defender is making an attempt to clear the ball and the player just is faster, throws his body at it. Maybe it could be reviewed and given as an indirect kick, or something could be looked at and maybe reviewed. Right. But you ask yourself, yes, fair play. But you ask yourself, okay, how many times are we going to be reviewing all these challenges? Because it will keep coming. Because players will always try to get smarter and try to use the rules as many times as possible, as much as possible, to their advantage, to get any advantage whatsoever, because the margins are so fine in between these teams and when these games come around. And so, that was the only bit of potential controversy. But aside that, the game was free-flowing and, Spain dominated. It was...
I feel it was a game of two master tacticians, but one had the better over the other.
Oh, Fuente, Didier Deschamps. And it was so clear. The organization from Spain and the proper structure that they had, it was just overwhelming on the French, and there was nothing they could do. And the thing is, you see, Spain have played their way to this level now to all the way to the final in this tournament because they've defended in a different way. So if they constantly possess the ball.
Yeah.
If you possess the ball and your opponent doesn't have the ball, you limit the number of chances or opportunities they get to be able to score against you. And so, and it reflects. They played 7 games and they've considered just one goal.
Yeah.
They've considered just one goal because they are constantly keeping hold of the ball, limiting the opportunities for the opponent. And this is a theme that I've picked up in this tournament, where teams score in bunches, in quick
succession.
Quick succession, where we saw the Belgium game. 86th minute, Lukaku they get a goal. Lukaku gets the equalizer. 89th minute. 2 goals in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
The Senegal game. The Senegal game. Yeah. England, Mexico. Jude Bellingham scores 2 goals in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And so one way of preventing that from happening is by controlling the rhythm of the game. So if you possess the ball, you control the rhythm of the game too.
So then are you type of play? I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. It's all right. Carry on.
But you see, now you
there's this thing the young one say. They say don't dip up.
But the thing is, I'll dip it because Spain does it with at the back end of their unit. So it is their triangle. Right. It is Rodri, the defensive midfielder, Kubasi, and Aymeric Laporte, the centre backs. So they form that triangle, and they are the ones who do those things.
So what happens to Cuckoo?
Cuckoo is an outlet. He is an outlet from the back. He and Pedro Porro, they switch, and whenever they push up, it's Rodri who ends up dropping deep to form a 3-man backline. And he plays the role of a libero, what we call a sweeper. And that shows how intelligent he is and how brilliant he is. And for a lot of people, they wouldn't notice how good he's played in this tournament. But even if you were ignorant to it, yesterday's game, you should see it because it was so clear how he dictated the tempo, how he dictated the possession.
The ability to slow down
everything,
break the momentum of France.
And be able to string things together. He was the one. And in the lead up to this particular game, he led the entire tournament in touches. He led the entire tournament in passes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, in passes. And the interesting thing is that beyond Rodri, he was number 1 in passes. Number 2 was Pau Kubasi, who's also in this Spanish number team.
Had a fantastic
in the Spanish national team. And guess who
he's quite young.
Yeah, he's very young. He's 21, 22 years old. And guess who is number 3? Aymeric Laporte.
All in the Spanish team.
So that triangle I mentioned. That's how they dictate play, and that's how they dictate possession, and that's how they dictate rhythm. And that's where people or supporters or sympathizers of Jordan Ayew, when they raise that point, I have an issue with it. You can do that from the back end, not from the front. I mean, like the front, what you are doing is you are
progressing the ball.
You are pressing your opponent. You are defending from the front. You are pressing the opponent, putting a lot of pressure on the opponent, winning the ball, trying to win the ball, make interceptions and win the ball. Then you score in quick transition. Jordan Ayew does that very well, as in putting a lot of defenders under pressure. But once Ghana gets the ball, that's when I have an issue. He holds on to the ball. You need to let it go. So it's not that Jordan Ayew isn't appreciated. He is appreciated because after our game against England, he led the entire tournament. All the players in defensive pressures applied to the opposing team. Jordan Ayew was leading that particular statistic, or in that statistical category. He was leading all players in the tournament. But in the end, did they have a major impact in Ghana's overall results? To an extent, yes. But to an extent, no. Because Ghana played deep and our goals came via transition. Did he help in that regard? No. So that's where there was an issue.
So De La Fuente, I don't know. I think he doesn't get enough plaudits.
Yeah, I think he doesn't get enough plaudits. And the thing is, it goes hand in hand with his continuity. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these players that you see played under him at the under-20 level and at the Olympic Games level.
So he's carrying them from
progression. It's very progressive. And these guys that you see, the Spanish team, they beat they beat France at the 2024 Olympic Games to win the gold medal.
Right.
And 2024 they won the European Championship.
Exactly.
So it's something that is progressive. And De La Fuente, he's done a good job. I mean, he doesn't get carried away by all the slight comments against him, the fact that he isn't appreciated as much as he should. I think it's a Spanish thing. Once the Spanish coaches come in, and I've noticed this in recent years, once the coaches come in and they are not too bothered about the level of appreciation, they want to be in the background or the backdrop and have the players being the ones and getting all the shine, they tend to win. You look at Spain, Vicente Del Bosque. Very unassuming guy.
Yeah.
You think that Spain are playing without even a manager. Because he's seated quietly, he barely talks, but they were winning. They won the 2010 World Cup. They won the 2012 European Championship.
Let's look at tonight's
just
game.
A dominant performance.
Argentina, England.
Oh wow! Tonight's game, Argentina, England. Look, if England ends up beating Argentina, I can boldly say Spain have won the World Cup because it's all about matchups. And trust me, this level of organization that they have, oh yeah, they will run riots against the English. So I pray for competitiveness sake, I pray that Argentina end up beating England. Oh no, because 2024 European Championship, it was England versus Spain. Spain won straight away, 2-0. It wasn't even like a major contest. Technically, they are way better than this England squad.
Tuchel led England.
Yes, this England squad. And so for me, today's game, for competitiveness sake in the final, if we don't want to watch a boring, one-way, one-sided final, it should be Argentina qualifying to the final. And for England to be able to prevent that, honestly, they need to bring their athleticism to the fore and make sure that, look, they run themselves to the ground because this Argentine side can really outpossess them, can really play those defense splitting passes easily, and know that Declan Rice has had some illnesses, fatigue related issues, and he will be tested. If I'm the Argentine boss, Lionel Scaloni, that's where I'm looking at. And unfortunately, that's the area that Lionel Messi tends to operate best, and he tends to score most of his goals. Right. What they call the 4-team area or 14 zone, just in front of the penalty box. That's where he operates best. That zone, that's where he operates best. Operating, getting cutbacks, scoring, curling the ball into the back of the net, making runs, the transition runs. Those things he excels at it. You saw the Spain goal against Portugal. Quick exchange of passes, triangle passes, and Merino planted the ball in the net. Argentina does that very well. And England, they need to be really sharp. But if I'm to get pushed to the wall, it's very difficult to call. Argentina versus England. I think I'll still go with Argentina. I think I'll go with Argentina.
But you never know.
But I mean, I take France to win.
So pre-match discussion is what time?
Pre-match discussion is 5 p.m. tonight because the game will kick off at 7 p.m. So join us from 5 to 6 as we build up to the big game tonight. England versus Argentina. Yes, 1986 World Cup. Hand of God, Maradona. The hand of God. And England are still pissed over that. All these years later, they are still pissed because they believe that. Pissed. That was a big chance for them to win the World Cup in 1986.
There's nothing you can do about it. Anyways, thank you so much. We look forward to that pre-match discussion and, of course, that big game between England and Argentina later tonight, right here on Channel 1 Television. But please don't go away. This is Breakfast Daily. We'll return shortly with the news review segment.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning, while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Thursday, 30th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV. And it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocates Publishing.
This is where stories rise, where strength speaks, and legends are born. From hundreds of entries, only 10 emerged as the 2026 Channel 1 Community Legends.
You're 14 years, you're among people who are...
My name is Daisy entry 32.
There's someone who is from Western North. Sevi, I go for.
We have it that wherever you travel to, home is home.
10 legends, 10 inspiring journeys, one platform. From struggle to success, from purpose to impact. Hear their remarkable stories.
in a place where almost nothing is available.
I have a foundation called Grace on Duty Foundation.
Whatever they are going through is part of the struggle. That should even give them the motivation to learn.
Because I'm a game changer wherever I go.
Tune in every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. and be inspired by the people changing lives in their communities. Only on Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 Community Legends. Real people, real impact, real inspiration.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Hello and thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. It's time for the news review segment where we go into conversations regarding some topical issues. And of course, we always are happy to hear from you. So let us know what you think about the topics themselves and the submissions that will be made by our guests on these topics. Send us your thoughts, your comments and contributions via text. The WhatsApp number is on your screens. You can join our live feed on Facebook and on YouTube. That's Channel 1 TV GH. And send us your thoughts there as well. Drop a comment there. We'll do our best to read it out on the show for you. All right, well, going straight into it, and I would like to say good morning to Michael Kosi Dede. He is an engineer and a regular on the show. Engineer, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Ordinarily, you would have sat with Dennis Miracle Sabuaji. Today, he happens to find himself in the news. He is the news. He is the topic we are discussing this morning. Well, fortunately for him, although the entire issue might be unfortunate, he's been released from Yoko custody after being able to meet his bail conditions, which bail was set at 50 million Ghana cedis, with 3 sureties, two of whom...
Is it 50 or 15?
50. 2 of whom were required to be justified. Let's deal with the issues one after the other. And let's look at the allegations against them first off, and how politicians should carry themselves when they happen to find themselves in places of power or they hold public office. So let's start from there. How the conduct of public office holders in order to avoid some of these issues.
Okay, so I think again, we first also need to look at the quality of persons in holding public office. Over the last 30 years, we have made politics more attractive than any other thing. So for every young man and woman coming out of school, their first thing is, how do I get into politics?
Right.
So it starts from school, campus, and then once they find themselves out of campus, they are with the political party, even on campus. So even campus politics has become partisan.
Because the politicians go to the campuses to groom the students.
Exactly. So you realize that the depth of nooks has been lost.
Right.
The impact of nooks from ages past has been lost because the politicians have hijacked students' politics, which was more to represent the interest of students. Now, nooks doesn't really even represent the interest of students. It represents the interest of a political party.
Yeah.
So that is what is happening to our politics. So you have people who graduate through this system, come out, and their next line is partisan politics openly. And then what do we get? They have very little work experience and they go into public service.
Exactly.
They become our ministers, they become our MPs, and all manner of things.
Yeah.
So they have they have very little administrative experience. I mean, look at the government. You look at it very closely. Look at both sides. How many of the persons there have real administrative experience, professional experiences? So these are the challenges. So when they come into office, they simply throw their weight about because they think that politics is everything. Once they are there, I mean, look at the cleanup exercise and look at how MPs walked into banks and think that you can simply insult a bank manager for anything and walk away. But that is not it, because on the schedule that was even provided, they said that the Friday was meant for public institutions and state institutions.
Yeah.
So why do you walk into a bank and want to harass a bank manager? So even the program that you have come out, you don't even understand it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You understand? So for me, the character and the way they carry themselves is reflective of the poor systems that we have in place, where politics has become more attractive than professionalism and proper behavior. So I think that in order to address this issue, we as Ghanaians need to begin to question ourselves. What kind of politics are we practicing? Why should we make politics so attractive and rewarding more than what other people are doing in the civil service than of service?
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, these are the things underlining the conduct of our politicians. One, they have very little experience in terms of life. And when they get there, they think that, oh, I've gone through school, after a few days of work, I'm in politics. I'm untouchable. So the kind of services and privileges they demand, then they say, oh, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. We must be better paid. We must get this allowance. We must get this. These are the privileges. And then they then turn around and say, no, but you Ghanaians are the problem. We are the problem. I mean, look at the cleanup issue. They say, oh, Ghanaians, we are not disciplined. Are politicians disciplined? So the kind of people we elect in the first place has a character deficiency. The politics we have practiced over the years breeds a certain habit into the system where accountability is not brought up. So Osafo Mafo is being queried by the Auditor General. Immediately, the Auditor General's stories must be found about the Auditor General. He must be removed from office. You understand? So the students look at it and say, oh, okay, once you are a politician, you are immune to everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
You understand? So that is the kind of thing that we have promoted over the last few years. That has sunk into everybody, and everybody say, oh, once you get into politics, you are immune. RLG, where is he? After all the laptop business, it's gone quiet. The man is not prosecuted. You understand? We had guinea fowl. Now we have Nkukon Kitikiti. Nobody gets disciplined.
They say see someone's belly.
So you see, we have encouraged a system that does not breed competence. It does not encourage competence, and there's no accountability. So these are the challenges that we have with our systems that reflect on the way things are being done. And when the politician gets arrested, the next thing you hear is, oh, that is a threat to democracy. Really? Is that a threat to democracy? No. So for me, the real threat to democracy is the non-performance of our leadership. That is the real threat to democracy that we have now. It is the non-performance of the executive, of our political leaders. That is the real threat to democracy. I mean, coincidentally, let me just say, yesterday, the Ghana Institute of Engineers, for instance, launched what we call the infrastructure scorecard. What the institution sought to do was to dispassionately look at our infrastructure as a society, as a country, and say, how are we our infrastructure rating? So they looked at about 8 areas. Now, all these 8 areas, health perform poorly. Health infrastructure. So, in fact, in spite of the challenge, the promises and all the talk about our politicians, that look, we are investing in health, we are doing this. Health scored a poor E1 on a scale of A to EF. On a scale of A to F, health infrastructure scored E1. And for me, that is the threat to democracy. That is a threat to roads scored E1.
With all that,
so with all the money,
of roads 1, year of roads 2, big push,
roads scored E1. That is a real threat to democracy.
Wow.
You understand? Education infrastructure scored D3. So for me, these are the things that we should be worried about as citizens. Not the arrest of a politician who has done very little for us. We must be questioning them. There must be accountability. When we demand that state institutions must stop harassing political opponents or politicians, we must also ask that we must cut down our privileges as politicians.
True.
Because if politicians wanted to be treated as special, then in the same way, their arrest must be special. I mean, let's face it.
That's a good one.
If they think that they must be treated as special, then their arrest as well must be special.
Right.
And their bail conditions must be special. Because when a goat thief is being arrested, nobody says anything. You understand? Nobody questions that. But when once a politician is arrested, everybody says, oh, that is a threat to democracy. A journalist is being beaten. Nobody says that's a threat to democracy. You understand? State institutions, the police, the military are harassing ordinary people. Look at how they beat up people in Ashaman. Up to now, nobody has said anything. The military itself has become indisciplined. And everybody is looking on. I mean, that was supposed to be one of the most disciplined institutions in the country. The military is falling apart. Look at the way they drive through traffic themselves. Every day is like an emergency. I keep harping on this. The military has become indisciplined. So we need to look at how our politicians are behaving in the light of what is happening around us in the bigger picture. That we are destroying governance. We are destroying state institutions. We are destroying the youth by the politics that we are practicing. So a lot of young people get into politics and think that they have arrived. And carry themselves anyhow, insult people left, right, center. So I think that we need to seriously begin to do a lot of self-examination as people and as a country, and look at the politics that we are practicing, because it is not helping us.
Really? But are you worried that when such cases come up, the conversation usually shifts from how much was allegedly misappropriated and what it could have done for us, the alleged corruption or financial irregularity to the personality involved.
Yeah. So again, the way our state institutions also deals with it helps in how the issue is mismanaged. So we had cases ongoing about bank collapse, and people were being prosecuted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Immediately the new government came, they said null prosecutor in all the cases.
Yeah.
Have those monies been retrieved? Because certain people were supposed to pay back certain monies.
Amounts, yeah.
Have they been retrieved? By now they should have told us that per this check number. You see, transparency is important.
True.
Once you don't do that, then we are inclined to believe that we have been hoodwinked. By now, the Attorney General should have come out and say, per this check number, Mr. Tuffour, the former governor of the Bank of Ghana, has paid back this amount that were agreed. We have not been told that story. All we're told is, null prosecutor, we have agreed is good, we are going to retrieve some money, and that was the end. So the way our state institutions handle matters diverts a lot of attention away from the real substance. So Miracles is being accused of possibly having abused or misplaced some amount of 53 million. 55 million Ghana cedis. Suddenly the way he's arrested becomes the topical issue. Nobody is asking any questions about that money anymore. So in a few weeks, a few months down the line, he's bailed and end of story. The story ends there. So for me, our state institutions, if they are truly interested in accountability, must look at the way they conduct their issues, their investigations, their arrests, and issues like that. Without that, we don't get accountability. We don't get any transparency. Because again, like I said, I expect that having done all the null prosecutions on this case, they must come back and tell us that per this check number, because they must show us the traces.
Yeah.
There are people who are imprisoned, who have been released. What happens? These are the state institutions that were leading this process. They should come and tell us that, oh, when we release this person, this is how much we have gotten back. Why are people not being tried? Why are citizens not getting their monies in all these banks that collapsed, in all these financial institutions? Why are we not getting our monies? These are questions because citizens are still struggling to get their monies. Every day you ask for the money from your financial institution, they tell you there's no money. There's no money. And yet politicians find money all the time to do the things that they want. So for me, the way our state institutions conduct themselves is not helpful in these matters. They need to look at how they deal with these issues so that we don't have the kind of fallouts that we are having.
Right. Now, let's look at the political parties themselves and when one of theirs is arrested. This massing up of supporters to state institutions who are constitutionally mandated to undertake investigations and how they conduct themselves when they are there and what kind of threat that poses. Because over the period now we are seeing that citizens are even becoming more emboldened to, if you like, take on security operatives. And for me, I feel it is some of these massing up of citizens to challenge institutions that is creating this type of I don't know if you feel the same threat, if you see the same threat.
Yes, I mean, the way our political parties respond has become consistent with how our state institutions also behave. You see, let's look again over the last few years. Chachu Chikata was arrested in same style, in church, all manner of things. Yeah. What has been the outcomes of all those Rambo-style arrests?
Exactly.
Let's ask ourselves honestly, what has been the outcome of those Rambo-style arrests? We haven't seen much happening. You understand? So citizens or the political actors have seen that, oh, once we gang up and shout and do a few things, nothing happens. So they have also become emboldened. If our state institutions responsible for investigations were acting professionally and coming out with results that were transparent, then clearly nobody will be behaving like that. They'll know that, oh, once the person is arrested, the state institution will do what is required properly and the outcomes will be known. But at the moment, we don't see any outcomes. And one case that continues, and I continue to ask this question, the cocaine that disappeared from police headquarters, what has happened in that matter?
This is the MV Benjamin case?
Yes.
Right.
What has happened in that matter? So we see high-profile cases come up and they just go under the carpet. Nothing happens.
Right.
You understand? And then cocaine disappearing from no other place than the police headquarters. The sitting IGP was not dismissed. He went home with his full package. I mean, that is the way we have managed this country. So clearly, our political parties are happy with the way the system is. Because it's the way our state institutions behave, go out there, Rambo-style arrest, they realize that nothing is going to happen. Once we mass up there, chant a few songs, sing, the person gets released finally, nothing is going to happen. So it's become a way that they protect themselves. So we come in, so accountability, then we harass people, nothing happens to the case. I mean, let's watch what is happening. And I think that for us as citizens, we need to begin to look at the sequence of events and how they play out and who loses. We citizens lose. Because at the end of the day, when Domelevo was put out of office, end of the day, he went to court, he got his benefits back. But the case we never saw the daylight in that Osafo issue. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is how our consistently corruption issues or allegations of corruption have been washed away by our political actors. And the state institutions are clearly actors in this game because the leadership of those institutions are appointed by the political actors.
Yeah.
So we as citizens are losing a lot. And we must be pained and we must begin to question our politicians. When they ask for privileges, we must say, no, you don't deserve these privileges because you have not acted properly. You understand? And I think that when we as citizens do not question them enough, when we do not get angry enough, and we keep calling them honorables when they are not honorable, it hurts all of us.
Right.
I mean, you have MPs going around demanding to be called honorable when it is not a title. Yes. I mean, it's worrying. They think that it's not a title. It is a way of address in parliament and not outside parliament. Right. And unfortunately, journalists have also encouraged it. So we come out and we are giving the honorable. They are not honorables. It is only on the floor of parliament. It's a way of address.
Right.
And a sitting judge has addressed that matter in court itself and said, you don't come to me in court and say, I am honorable this. You are not. So let us tell them in the face. Let us stop bowing to them and saluting them all over the place as if we owe them. We don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let them stop making,
owe us.
They owe us.
Let
them stop making demands of us. They can enter into a room and they expect us all to rise and greet them.
Right.
When we invite them to functions, they come late. And expect us to wait as if we have nothing to do. We need to stop inviting them and giving them places of honor in society.
Very well.
And I think that when citizens begin to respond in that manner, the politicians will realize that, hey, the citizens no longer trust us. And we need to start looking at when they come for our vote, we should question them bluntly.
Well, there's one who's joined us. I'm actually interested in hearing his thoughts in response to some of the things you have raised. But Isaac Boamanyako is the member of parliament for Efia.
You don't add honorable.
Oh, honorable.
Welcome. Thank you, my brother. Good morning. Good to see you too. I know, right? Constituency job.
You know, that's also very important.
Party work. Yeah. So
last week.
Oh, I was there a few hours the weekend as well. So you should link up. You know, I'm now part of the landlords. So as you come, you should at least.
I should get a visa before coming.
So let me say good morning to you, my colleague Kwesi, and all our cherished viewers. And also the good people of Ifian constituency. I just returned yesterday from the elections we held. You know, the party held our constituency elections nationwide. Generally highly peaceful. We have some few constituencies that are in court, to be expected, because if people feel that maybe certain actions or inactions within the constituencies are not going well, they have a right to seek legal redress. We are trying to discuss those things through and see what the court will say. But in total, almost about 90% of the constituencies have settled on their leadership. So let me take this opportunity to congratulate them. In my constituency, we had a new chairman. The old chairman, Alhaji Tufero, decided not to contest again.
Okay.
For the first time, we have a woman, an engineer, Dede Ofuri, taking up the mantle of leadership as the chairperson of the constituency. So I salute all of them for their victory. Yes.
Well, and you're opening nominations for regional today?
Yes, regional nominations are opening today. I'm part of the regional elections committee in the Western region, and so we've started preparations towards having a very, very peaceful and successful election as well in the Western region.
Very well. Very well. On the matter of, it's good that you've even mentioned your internal elections, because this gentleman also declared his bid to, or his intention to contest for National Communications Director.
Oh my goodness.
That's Dennis Miracles Abuaji.
Oh, are you talking? I thought you meant Kwesi. I thought we were talking about Kwesi.
That would have been a script for a Hollywood movie. That would have been a script for a movie. Okay. Yes, but Dennis was picked up on his arrival in the country on Saturday. He's been in custody up until last night, where he secured bail. Posted at 50 million Ghana cedis. He's being investigated for some alleged misappropriation and, if like, procurement breaches to the tune of about 55 million cedis when he was with the IMCCOD.
Yes.
Now, first off, let's put the whole thing in context and pick your thoughts on his arrest, detention, and subsequent release.
Very well. So, thank you once again. And let me make a brief comment on the end part of Kwesi in terms of addressing members of parliament as honorables, and whether it is a deserving title, or whether it's something that we crave for, and all of that. In simple terms, it is only a traditional way of acknowledging members of parliament as honorables, because it is believed that if you are representing a people, you should have a high level of integrity, you should have a high level of honor, you should have a high level of service, to which extent the people that you serve and the general society ought to accord you some kind of respect. And so it is a respect that we don't take lightly. Personally, I don't think I'm a fan of being called honorable. I've never gone to, in fact, when you call me honorable, I even feel very uncomfortable, because it doesn't change your personality and what you represent. It is about the work you do and service to humanity. And so let's not be too fascinated about that title. I believe that we have been called to serve, and we need to distinguish ourselves in. I have always advised my colleague members of parliament that we are role models for this country and society. And so people look up to us. 2 days ago, I was at the Takoradi University addressing students of the SRC during their whole week. And I told them 20 years ago, 22 years ago, I myself was an SRC president. And I never knew 20 years down the line that I'll be serving in the high office in parliament. And so the way we live and conduct ourselves will determine where we'll be heading towards. So let's keep that in mind.
But the point I was seeking to make is that it is not a title outside of parliament.
Right.
It is an address on the floor of parliament. It is not a title that you can go to court and say, I am honorable this. And that is why a judge addressed that issue when an MP came before him in court.
That
he said, I am honorable. He said, no, you are not.
It is not a title, I agree. That's why I said it is only an expression by people in recognition of the position you hold. But you don't own it.
So you
shouldn't demand it. It's not something you should demand. But when people, even I wouldn't say even, but assembly representatives,
all of them are saying they're honorable.
And even someone who has not even successfully gone to parliament because he ever contested, they are all called honorable. So you can take the honorable, but it should be an honorable by deed, not by assignment. And so let our lives reflect it. You know, I can call you honorable if I see you doing noble things. If I see you do honorable things, I can accord you that same title as honorable because I see that value in you. So let's quickly move to the issue of the arrest of Dennis Miracles and matters arising. let's put it on record that the state has a responsibility to demand accountability from people who have served in public office. That demand for accountability is not only post-service, it should be a continuous process of governance. That is why every year you have institutions of state doing audits, whether it is forensic when there are suspicions of wrongdoings, or regular audits by the Auditor General on state institutions. And the purpose for those things are that we should be able to identify certain things that do not conform to laid down rules or laws and procedures. And then the intention is to remedy them before it becomes issue that gets out of hand. And then you also save the state some infractions that would lead to a lot of excess of maybe loss of revenue or loss of income to the state. And so that is something that the state by law has provisioned. More often than not, the major issues that we hear are post-government change.
Exactly.
And it is also necessary because when people are in government, the likelihood that the state institutions and even the authority, the state authority, don't take key interest in trying to establish wrongdoing amongst themselves or against themselves, because it will be seen as fighting your own or bringing the image of your party into disrepute amongst others. So once there's a change of government, more often than not, state institutions are called upon to investigate matters that comes up, particularly if maybe there are audits that have been conducted and then there are issues that may have arisen that require those persons who are no more in power to come and explain and then also account for their stewardship. These are matters that are provided by law. And when they are ongoing, you don't need to make noise about them because it's supposed to be part of the routine activities. We've established Yoko to conduct investigations into organized crime, amongst others. Police CID is an investigative arm. We've created OSP to look into corruption and corruption-related issues. Yours is to get your information. It starts your investigation. If you establish wrongdoing, you go through the processes, charge the person, prosecute, and the courts are there to determine. In the course of your investigations, you are entitled by law to invite people. The first point is invitation. So you come, you are asked about the issues, and then it is during investigations that the investigators would have to determine if there are reasons why you should be arrested.
True.
So many a time you may come and go, tell you you are in the investigation. Come next week, we are still conducting investigation, and there would have been no reason for them to have arrested you. So they will allow you to come and go. When they have sufficient reason that this investigation is leading to potential prosecution, then the institution can arrest. How do we do arrest? You invite the person. The person has a right to appear before you. If the person doesn't want to come, you have the processes you need to go through to effect arrest. So more often than not, if you invite the person and the person has been appearing before you, there's no reason to go do some Rambo style or try to create public attempt as if...
In this instance, we've been throwing the word Rambo style around. In fact, he landed at the airport.
I'm coming.
Immigration.
I've not even gone into Dennis's matter. I'm establishing principles that should guide the way we do matters. Exactly. So, when you want to arrest, you invite the person. If the person comes, you effect arrest. If you want the person to be given or granted bail, which is the requirement of law, you grant the bail based on several conditions, and then you proceed to court with your charges when you are ready. So let's now zoom into the arrest of Miracles. The information before us suggests that after he has left office, some forensic audit was conducted. And then the person who took over the reins of his office sent the report out for Yuku to do further investigations. Now, Iyoko had been inviting the gentleman for some time to assist in investigations, which from Iyoko's report, there's been no indication that he has failed to appear before them.
Right.
So at any point in time, if Iyoko wants to find him, he has been available.
True.
If Iyoko has any reason to suggest that the person knowing that he's under investigation has made attempt to run away from investigations, they have every right to put a stop warrant on him not to travel outside of the jurisdiction. In this instance, the person had already left and has arrived into the jurisdiction. Can Iyoko give us the basis upon which the person is not flying out of the jurisdiction? He's actually returned into the jurisdiction, and then you effect the arrest.
But does the stop order cut both ways?
Yeah, it cuts both ways.
So both departure and arrival?
Yes.
Right.
My point is that the person, before you put the stop arrest on him, your investigations and intelligence would have given you indication that he's out of the jurisdiction.
Right.
Hold on. You see, let's not conjecture matters.
I was also to speak to the Iyoko statement because I found that part worrying.
Yes.
And based on what you are saying, it's still worrying. I haven't gotten the answer yet because the statement actually says that it was unaware that Dennis had traveled out of the country. And for an investigative body that is investigating someone who had been attending upon the invitation of the body, I found that bit of the statement quite troubling.
You granted that because in this country we've realized that we have weak institutions when it comes to these matters. Let's go back. So even if they are unaware and the stop order cuts both ways, and then he is arrested on arrival, what was the intention of the stop order? It is to make sure that the person is within the jurisdiction for investigations to continue. So the moment you arrest the person, you take the person to your custody and immediately charge him or give him the reason why at this stage you want to arrest him. And the moment you establish that fact, you grant him either self-recognizance bail, or you give him a very reasonable bail condition, because we've not even gotten to the stage where the person has shown any indication that he is a risk to investigations. These are the matters that we should be guided as a country. But when you stretch it, that I am available for investigations anytime you need me, then all of a sudden I come into the jurisdiction and you arrest me as if I'm a criminal. You put me on handcuffs and people are holding me and dragging me out. Please, I'm not a criminal, for goodness sake. You have not even charged me for an offense. And look at the global embarrassment that you give me and my family. If they do that to you or to Kwesi, how would you feel? And it is for some of these reasons that when people have the slightest opportunity and the investigation, they leave the jurisdiction. You are talking about Keno Furiata, you are talking about these people. It's because the modus operandi of our investigations are more tainted with lack of clarity or following due process than actual investigative work. Because for goodness sake, you are only investigating a matter.
Right.
You have not shown us at any point in time that this person has not subjected himself to the due process of law.
Right.
And then you do these things and finally you come and write a long list. Look at their statement. He is being investigated for 55 million, whatever, causing financial loss to the state. Are these charges?
Money laundering.
Are these charges?
No.
You are being investigated for this. By the time they are ready to go to court, they would have cancelled out this, they would have cancelled out that, they would have cancelled out this. But you throw all of these things out into the public domain. And the moment the Ghanaian populace feed on it, they don't see it as investigations. They see it as an offense and a crime.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you are unable to charge. Even when you charge, you don't have, because you have thrown it out there. And then it becomes difficult for prosecution and even securing, and then it comes back and you go to where Kwesi ended. It's much ado about nothing. 1.5 years down the line, what has been government's own successes in things that they have investigated, they claim they are prosecuted, and what have been the outcome? So we are playing with the sensitivities of Ghanaians. We have a responsibility to protect the state. People have been put in offices. Yoko is not a political office. It is a state institution. You put politicians there, but when they go there, they should live above political colorization. It is bad.
That admittedly will be difficult.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. We have all served in different positions before. When you have a clear mandate, you can execute it with finesse, even if you want to get to the point. Why? What is the interest of Yoko in this matter? Protecting the interest of the state. Simpliciter.
Yeah.
Hey, all this hula balu that we do after today, why haven't they granted the bill now?
They have.
So if you really wanted to confine him, because he is a risk to investigations, why wouldn't you go to court and let court to detain him? If you believed that this gentleman will never be available for trial or for investigation, what do? You go to court, establish your reasons and your facts, and the court will detain him. So if it is a matter of arrest and bail, why? And it hurts me as a parliamentarian and as a politician in the New Patriotic Party, because if someone was listening to me, you say, oh, you people did the same thing. And when you come, you do the same thing. What did you say when it was on the other side? But these are principles that we should stand and live to. And I give a caution. I've said it in Parliament last week. Many times I tell my colleagues, the precedents we set are so bad for the future of this country. Because when you do that and there's a change of government, even people that don't deserve to be treated this way will be treated, because vengeance belongs to the Lord, but in politics, vengeance belongs to the people.
But that's also one dangerous narrative that I don't like. This threat and blackmailing, tables.
No. You see,
it's just a vicious cycle.
Nana Tuffour, I will never, under an MPP government, advocate and support anything that is veered towards political victimization. But the reasons why you get to this point by foot soldiers and the rest are that the way a manner, so we need a lot of education to our people and people that we appoint. But at some point, the people in authority should have, there's no thin line. People talk about this, no thin line. If someone commits an offense, that person, if Dennis is truly guilty of misappropriating funds, he didn't bring that funds to me or to the party. He has not. For now, it is an allegation and it's under investigation. But if people are corrupt, they should bear their own cross.
Right.
Separate the individual from the party.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that has been the way we should treat matters. But when you confront them in the way we do, it is either you are trying to do persecution, because if you look at the trend, it is more often than not that, and I see some of these things even in Parliament, when you look at our other papers, there are certain issues or motions that we are supposed to have moved. We will not move them. Then they will put every day they repeat certain motions that should be moved, bringing Afenyo Makin to the Privileges Committee and all of that. So anytime Afenyo Makin speaks and it is not nice in the years of the NDC, they will say if you just move this motion.
So we're opening it to blackmail them.
So if you think you have a case, why are you not moving the boat for almost 6 months to 1 year? Since they said they had done this or that,
gone to the first Parliament.
The thing has been on our other paper on the daily matter.
And they are all honourable men in Parliament. They are all honourable men in Parliament.
You understand? So clearly, you see that the state now by the government have to be very careful that we have a charge to run this country with that honesty and integrity that the president swore to. And all the officers of state have also sworn an oath to work in the best interest of the state. Please, let us be guided by this. Because the good people of Ghana don't deserve that when we have power, instead of using the power to protect their interest. And it is weird and strange when I read reports like someone is being investigated for 55 million Ghana cedis or 650 million Ghana cedis or 1 billion Ghana cedis. And all of these are there and we don't take them serious and we are not scared as a people. And we run it as if it is a political game that we are doing. No. The Ghanaian people didn't vote us for that. When you are doing investigations, stay behind. Work thoroughly. Provide a water even if at the end of the day it is 180,000 that the person is responsible for. Charge the person for the 180,000 because somebody stole a goat and was prosecuted and jailed. Because somebody took somebody's 2,000 cedis and was prosecuted and jailed. So no matter the amount of money that you find, to you it may be small, but to another person it does a lot of changes. I am an MP. Every day I go into my constituency, I see what money is to the people. I know how small money can change the lives of our people. So we don't take these things for granted. Elevate it beyond politics. Because what we are doing, everybody will turn it. And if you look at the way the world has been interpreting these arrests, we are gradually turning it into political victimization. And that has to stop.
Very well. Very well. Engineer, your thoughts on how the state institutions themselves conduct themselves around some of these things and how it fits into the narrative of the politicians when they accuse same institutions of victimization and all, because in other jurisdictions, before you even hear of an investigation into a certain matter, there's watertight evidence that will be able to make a case in court. If you are winning, then maybe you are winning based on technicalities.
You see, so like I said from the beginning, we have made politics the most attractive thing to a lot of young people coming up. So you look at the fact that once a political party wins power, then every single position that they can think about, they must appoint their persons there. When these institutions are not typically political organizations, they are supposed to be rendering a professional service. So now you have our state intelligence organizations behaving like brawn over matter, over brain. You understand? Because when you have a state institution that is responsible for investigations, telling you that in investigating someone, in this case, they were investigating miracles. Telling you that they didn't know he was traveling outside this country. That tells you that that state institution is not acting with intelligence.
They are not serious.
They are not acting with intelligence. It should tell you that immediately. So, because if you're investigating someone, by now, all the security agencies should know that this person is under investigation. If there's any threat that the person may be leaving the shores to run away, then we must bring him back.
In fact,
so
just a second. Even during the course of investigation, you should notify the person that if you want to travel,
let us know.
Let us know. Then you put the stop order at the port. So if the person doesn't inform you and you arrest the person, he has no case.
You understand? So we have organizations that are supposed to be responsible for intelligence that are behaving like they don't have any intelligence. I mean, that is what is happening. Because all we do is we want to politicize every single opposition. Now, there are people who have been acting in these agencies who are trained professionals with security backgrounds and know how things should be done properly. Why didn't we just come together and say, okay, we don't even like the face of this person head. Let's just promote one person from there and let the person head. Why do we have... Look, I was really dumbfounded. This government came in, even births and deaths registry. They had to go and appoint somebody there. I mean, how? Bets and debts registry. I mean, the people went up demonstrating. I mean, how do you do that? So when politicians want to touch every single state institution with their own favored appointments, this is what we get. We have state institutions that are not performing and think that they must simply be playing politics. So we have inefficient, we are gradually building and damaging state institutions under the altar of politics. Because it beats anybody's mind that you say you are investigating someone, he's leaving this country, you didn't even know. The person there is saying, hey, we have caught you. Please, our state institutions are failing us. And I think, again, it goes back to the doorstep of our political leadership. How they behave and how they think that once they get into office, appointments are for political cronies. It is wrong. I mean, this issue of, take the national service, it's been going on. They've been harassing the lady and what's happened?
So the matter is still in court.
Exactly. So, have you got enough evidence? Why has the case not followed up quickly? You see, so we elevate everything to the point of hype. Because possibly some foot soldiers have said, hey, what is happening? Then say, okay, let's arrest somebody and show that we are working. I mean, how is that? You understand? And again, I like the way my good friend spoke. You see, but when he says that foot soldiers are talking about revenge, it is not. You have an MP who is saying that the tables are going to turn. This is not a foot soldier.
That the future is pregnant.
That the future is, I mean, when you have an MP saying this, what does it tell everybody? That we are not interested in how much has been alleged to be missing, but note that the tables will turn. I mean, if you are really honorable and you are interested in us finding the losses and dealing with the accountability, you said, oh, what are the charges against our colleague? What has really happened? Let us see the evidence. Let us go carry out the investigation properly. But when you go there threatening that the tables are going to turn, that is where we have elevated our politics to. And that is the danger that is greater to our democracy than the arrest of people. Because our politicians have simply come in and say, we are going to make as much money as we can. And damn the consequences. Because there will be none. And that is the drama that we see our state agencies playing. They are playing to that drama. They harass you. Maybe they think that Miracles is talking too much. Let us arrest him and shake him a little, and then he will stop talking. Maybe that's the thinking. And once maybe Miracles also keeps quiet, they say, okay, we've managed to silence him. And let's move on. You understand? So again, let's look at the way our politics is affecting all our state institutions. Professionalism is gone bad. Everywhere you go in this country, all our state institutions, the road sector, everybody is keeping quiet because they think that if we talk, the politicians will come after us. So proper criticism cannot be leveled against political decisions. Look at the poultry farmers. They just came out and now it's ended up somewhere because the poultry farmers didn't want to say anything because they said, look, if you want people to go engage in poultry, it's an experience, it's a learning experience. People must go through a sector. You just don't get up and invest state money and give it to people and say, go and breed them.
And you have a minister of Agric coming before Parliament Assurance Committee and telling them that some of the people who were giving the money, they've started consuming the chicken. And he was laughing.
You see, because
and he was laughing.
The hard work,
state money.
Yes, the hard work. We have trivialized everything because the hard work of thinking. We don't want to think. We think that everything can be bought on the shelf and is ready for delivery. No. Developing this country requires a lot of thinking. All of us are running away from that hard process of thinking through things and getting them done properly. So when you come out to Nkonketinkiti, what are the things we want to do? We want people to be able to breed better so that we reduce the importation of chickens. How do we address this? Let us consult those who are already in the business. What are the learning curves? What do we need to do to ensure that this, because the policy is not just one of Nkonketinkiti, the policy is to reduce the importation of chickens into this country, birds into this country, or poultry into this country. So let us consult the people engaged in the business. How do we really address it? What are your challenges? How do we address them? We want more people to go into this area. How do we help them? Get ideas. But that hard thinking, we won't do it. We'll rather stand on political platforms and say 133. When it comes, then we say, let's build 24-hour economy markets. No thinking. No thinking. So our politicians need to sit down.
No, you see, Kwesi, when we are in such a state, we should not just say politicians. We should hold the government accountable. Because he or the government is the one in power executing this mandate.
Yes.
And it is at a cost to the state.
Yes.
When we sit in parliament and we make suggestions and contributions, I always tell people, it is not because we will come to parliament with some level of experience and knowledge. And we speak from that professional background. But when you put these things there, everybody wants to see it from an angle. Once you are speaking from the minority, when it is the majority, even if it is wrong, and then we use it that way. And because clearly, in the discussion around this, there was a lot of productive debate on the floor, how government should structure it. But they never took one into consideration because they've made up their mind that this is how we want to go. And that way, we knew any reasonable person will know that it will fail. Because there's no checks and balance along the scheme. And you have thrown almost about 100 million into that project, 200 million into that project.
They are chasing somebody for 55 million.
and you're throwing these things out there, and the end result is that within 1 year, that money would have been lost.
One day we'll need to have the conversation on the type of democracy we are practicing.
Who do you hold accountable?
This minority will have their say, majority will have their weighting, and the impact it is having on us as a people. But let's take a quick break here. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Send your messages in. We'll read them when we return from the break.
Is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Confident smile is everything. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to Amame Manfo, Kale Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesansu Mama Hotoso, a will big gum.
Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kale Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kale, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Michael Kosidede is here, and the MP for Efia, Isaac Boama Nyako, is also here. The Honorable MP. All right, you also with us. You've joined us via text messaging, and so we'll read a few of them, and then we'll continue with the conversations. This one says, "Good morning. Every public officer must account for their stewardship, and I believe Miracle Sabuaje is aware of that. I pray that these investigations or arrests continue to serve as a guide for the current public office holders. I agree with the engineer that politicians in this country are taking Ghanaians for granted, and they seek power to rule, not to serve." Okay. This one says, "Good morning. I am Eben from Kwabenya. The minority leader should know better and stop referring to tomorrow, because accountability is not witch hunt. No appointee in this current administration is afraid of accountability should power change hands." There's one here from Haj Ahmed. He is in Nima, and he says the NDC has made more arrests of its political opponents in less than 2 years in office than the entire 8 years of the NPP. NDC appointees, watch out. This is what we're talking about, this blackmailing and all that. But Honorable, I just want a final take on this matter from you on how the political party of individuals who are arrested respond to such arrest, and whether or not it poses any danger to us going forward. Because I don't think the people who masked up in front of Yoko would really bring any influence to bear if really Yoko believes that he has a case against whoever it has arrested.
Right, so first and foremost, I say that currently as we speak, there are a lot of investigations ongoing. I know of not less than 50, which involves either CEOs or former ministers of state. And you never hear some of these noises ongoing up until you realize that based on certain considerations, someone is being attacked or someone is being targeted because of one or two things. As we've established, if the law enforcement agencies are doing their work lawfully and according to the process of law, there will be no reason why a political party will wake up and say, let's go and mass at those places. So one, it is not good for us as a people to take that as a practice, that whenever someone is arrested, this should be our reaction. That shouldn't be the way to go. But the circumstances that we find ourselves more often than not, because I've checked the instances where these mashups have occasioned, and I've realized that they only point to one or two or three situations which demanded that pressure has to be brought to the government to revise its modus operandi. Because we've had other people who were invited to police CID and they just had their lawyers accompanying them. And there was no need for any mass up. So it is not good for our democracy, and we should discourage. But at times, it takes some of this pressure on the state to also respond in the way, manner you find as an outcome. And even when they arrest, why don't you make available the person for their counsel and family? More often than not, the family will say, we are looking for him. You go, they don't give you any information, and you let the person sit there from morning to evening, and the next day before you. What kind of practice is this? It is trite law. It is a right of the citizen to have access to counsel. If you don't want me to know finally where he is going to be kept, at least access to him at specified time period, access to the family to check on their beloved is an entitlement by law. But more often than not, when you go to those places, when I take clients there, they will let you wait for 5 hours, for 3 hours. Whilst if you knew that you don't have time for me, you don't give me time to report at Yoko. It beats my imagination. So that sense of professionalism is what we are demanding, because we earn nothing. We waste people's times, we create unnecessary scenes, we waste our public discourse. As I speak to you now, I have very, very serious matters of national interest that we should be tackling, that we should be hitting left, right, center for us to share ideas and move this country forward. But across the country, we are using half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours to talk about an arrest that was completely needless for public discussion. And so I would encourage my political group that we would be guided, but we want to also send signal to the state that it should perform its work in accordance with law, and all of us will have a very peaceful coexistence in the country.
Very well. Engineer, you have a final take on this?
No, I think I like the way it's ended, and I think we'll leave it at that. I think it's important that state institutions behave professionally. Right. You see, once we lose professionalism across the board, nothing will work in this country. So we must be guided by good conduct, professional. I mean, how do you invite somebody and say, "Come, you are coming to see," and then they make you just sit down for 5 hours? I mean,
you know what's interesting? We've heard from the recent Hanan arrest. And this is Godfrey Dame who said this, that the Yoko says they do not work on weekends, right? So how do you arrest somebody on a weekend when you know perfectly well it is Monday that you are going to interrogate this person? It's completely
and this is the show of force and more politicking, than real professional conduct. I mean, let's learn to behave properly.
Very well. Well, Honorable, your party is gearing up. I mean, you're already in motion. The internal elections are ongoing, and pretty soon you'll be doing your national executives election. Paul Afuku yesterday officially announced his bid to contest for the chairmanship position. How is the entire process fashioning out for you? I mean, you spoke to us earlier on the constituency level. Now we are opening nominations today for regional. So how is it all fashioning out for you as a party?
I'm very excited from what I have observed since we started our internal process. And from the police, you know, we are in opposition. And if you look at the way we lost, the magnitude upon which we lost the elections, it sent a signal as if the party was down and was dying and was collapsing. But 1 year, 1.5 years down the line with this internal process, you see so much energy and love back into the party, and I'm amazed and surprised. If you take the polling station where we started off, these are positions where you go looking for people to occupy positions because nobody wants to. Particularly when at that level, there is no financial consideration to entice you to come and serve in that office. Because as a polling station executive, you are the one to do the legwork. And so you don't normally get people volunteering to do that kind of work. But across my region, Western region, where I was actively supervising and monitoring, you had people viciously contesting for positions, particularly when we had finished our presidential. Because when we were about to do the presidential elections, people were saying, no, why don't you do bottom up? And then why do you want to do top down? And then you are going to do this, and then you kill the party and all of that. But after settling on the presidential, you would have expected that the energy to elect leaders at the base will not ignite that kind of feeling and passion. A lot of contests going on there. And you ask, with those contests, where would be the ultimate interest? Then you go to the electoral area coordinatorship. A lot of commitment, a lot of energy.
Wow.
At the constituency level last weekend, it was fascinating. In fact, the police park where we voted in Efia, from 7:30 a.m. till 11 p.m. we finished everything at 5. They did the counting between 5:30 to 7. As at 10:11 p.m. people were still on the park celebrating. The police people were like, are we doing the national elections? People stood on their grounds, they were interacting, so I am happy that the love for the MPP by the MPP people is still strong. And the issues and the challenges that we faced, people are beginning to understand that okay, now we've been sent to position. Maybe we are getting much more down, making contact to the people. So the love of the people is coming back. But more importantly, it's about our regional and the national elections, because they are supposed to be the topmost of our party administration. I have said from history that the people that MPP have elected to run this party from 1992, right from the Odoe Sykes regime, Peter Lajete regime, Obeche Bilante regime, Macmenu regime, with the general secretaries that we had, Ajenim Boateng, to Damboche, Into, and Kwame Japan, down to John Boedu. The party is noted for electing people who have a lot of experience, who have a lot of charisma, who have a lot of influence within our body politics. We seem over some while now to not have gained that prominence in terms of who leads the party and how we have structured it, and like Paul Afoko is trying to suggest, divided the party along individual lines. But the NPP is a united party. We shouldn't grow this party on the tangent of divisions. Yes, everybody will have a side going into an election. After all, there are people that may be following Paul Afoko. There are people that will follow, what's his name? Ejakun. John Boedu is also there. And the almighty chairman, Wuntumi, is also there.
Almighty.
Yes. Because that's a bold step from Ashanti regional chairman. Because he's the only regional chairman who has sought within this contest to vie for the national chairmanship, and I commend him for that bold step. Okay, so what we need to do as a party is that people should be given the opportunity to elect based, and that's what I saw. From my end, we made sure that people elected people based on competence, based on what they believe they can do. And I met the executives right after on Sunday. We did it on Saturday. Sunday, I met them. And I showed them all their data. Somebody won by 500 against 100 votes. Another person won 400 against 300. Some won 300 against 300. And it was the same delegates who voted. And people even had camps like a team, me and my team. The same team, people voted and gave someone 79%, gave someone 43%, gave someone, meaning that the electorate, when given their free will, will be able to determine who can best serve their interest. And so, when also we complete these elections, it is not for the winner to now go and say, I want to unite the party. It is for everybody who lost or won to be ready to come on board to prosecute the collective interest of this party. And that is why I feel a bit worried that post our presidential elections, we are not seeing all the contestants coming together and telling us as a party their loyalty, commitment to the party, because it could have been them.
Yeah.
If you had won, what would have been your expectation of the others? And so I believe that even for me, my joy is for the party to clear Paul Afoko to contest, because remember, people placed some petitions against him, and the party declined that invitation, because this party, we need everybody on board. True. It is about numbers. Forget about the past. We all have to be collective, and I'll be happy that after this national elections, all of these fine brains, because I can see different strengths in all of the people. John Boedu have served as a general secretary. He won power with us over time, and he has a lot of political experience when it comes to party management. You have Chematie Jakun coming from the business, Boache Jakun coming from the business world, entering into politics, going into governance with all his expertise, seeking to lead the party. Paul Afoko, also a businessman, was there before. He was taken away. He's come back. I'm sure there are lessons he has learned from his experiences down the value chain. And so I'm happy. I'm praying that we continue to have a successful elections from the regional level, and then at the national level. By the time we finish this election, trust me, the party would have elected a new set of people that would have the capability to support His Excellency Dr. Bawumia to become the next president of this country in 2028.
Very well. Engineer, for someone who's been there before, served as chairman of the party, eventually was, if like, moved out to stage a comeback. What sort of a challenge or a contest does he present to the other contestants?
Well, based on his own experience, he's had the opportunity to be chairman.
Exactly.
And definitely he's going to bring that experience, but he's also going to bring lessons that he's learned from having been removed if he's given the opportunity. So I think on those bases alone, he has a lot to bring on board. But if what we are seeing of the current president is anything that will reflect, it shows that sometimes people go and come back and they don't learn. I mean, that's also reality. That's also reality.
True.
So we, on our focus contest, I just think that just like in team,
Stephen in team,
he contested for chairmanship for so many years.
4 times.
When he was given the opportunity, where did the MPP go? So sometimes it is not just your desire. The question is, what is the mission? Is it pure? Is it true? Is it driven by purpose rather than just your personal desire to hold a certain title or a certain position? So these are the things that all political parties need to be looking closely at. And I see that our political parties have lost purpose. All they are interested in is capturing power, but not delivering on what is required. So if you look at all the campaigns that he himself started, because I listened to him yesterday, and a lot of it was about how he will just give money, I'll give 10,000 to, and I'm saying, where is the money coming from?
Right.
You understand? I'm asking, where is the money coming from? You see, in all the messages, I didn't hear anything about ideological direction, what the party stands for, how he's going to energize members around the ideas of the party itself. It was about how you give money to constituencies to rebuild them. I mean, is that what our politics has become? And truly, I mean, that's what our politics has really become on all sides. That's why I say our political parties have lost purpose. They are not fit for business at the moment. Because everything you hear on political campaigns now is about money. So people, I mean, we all saw it. There are videos. Anytime there's election, even the delegates themselves capture it, how they are being given money, how much they were given. They tell us openly. So there is nothing, there's no purpose driving the political parties anymore, apart from the quest for money. personal aggrandizement. So when my friend says that there's a lot of energy showing in the party now, is it also that people are hungry? I mean, let's be sincere. People said, it's time for elections. There's money coming around. Yeah. When they said, look, we didn't give any money, but something is happening. Either people are hungry and in expectation of money to come, or the money is being given. So you saw some delegates or some people asking that the general secretary must resign. Why? Because he said the general secretary didn't give them approve for monies to be given for transportation and feeding.
Yeah.
So I asked myself, are all those people dues-paying members of the party? You see, so
and are they in good standing?
You see, our political parties, like I keep saying, are not fit for purpose because we are not managing them right.
Okay.
They are supposed to be voluntary organizations where we say that these are the dues that we pay. How many people in political parties today are paying dues? They are not. So it's all become an issue of patronage. So those putting themselves out for elections must find money and be given to people. They must possibly go and pay for their dues and say, okay, all these people are in good standing. That is what is happening in our political party. So when you win power, what do you think people are going to do? They are going to look for those monies that they have invested. So I think that our political parties must be sincere with ourselves. We are running the political parties badly. When you say people have voted because they have been given a choice and they have been able to make decisions, I'm asking, how many political parties today have detailed job descriptions for their party functionaries, apart from what we have stated broadly in our constitutions?
Right.
Because you see, when you know management and you are going to manage a political party, you must bring management experience to bear on how we build the political parties.
Yeah.
So that when you are elected an organizer, this is your detailed job description. On a week basis, we are expecting you to present this report. We are expecting you to do this. Because if you want people to vote on an informed basis, what I would expect a political party to do by now is that, and they are all matured, they should have detailed job descriptions for party functionaries. Post or publish these job descriptions within the constituency, within the regions, and let people look at it. And I'm telling you that is where you see that the electorate are not stupid.
Yeah.
People think that the voter is stupid because they may not have information. But if you want them to make informed decisions, post the job description of a constituency secretary, the duties of a chairman, the duties of an organizer, the duties of this. People will look at it and say, but we see men or person or press secretary, you want to know.
True.
Only my choro. And they'll vote on that.
Yeah.
Then people are now making informed decisions, but we don't even give them the information on which to vote. We come and stand there and say, I will give you money. What did Bawumia himself say? That when he becomes president, every constituency you give jobs.
Yeah.
So we are using government machinery as a promise for developing this country. So once we get into government, we must give every constituency some jobs, executives, into government positions. Whether they are necessary or not, we must feel. So that is where the appetite for political appointments become more. Without returns to the people of this country. So our political parties, again, I say, are not fit for purpose. Because the whole structure of the party and the governance they have in there is what they carry into government. It's one of patronage.
Right.
I'll give you this, I'll give you that. So once I come into power, births and deaths registry, it hits me. It really hits me because in all of the systems that we've been going, nobody, I haven't heard in the years that anybody has gone to any government has struggled to appoint anybody at births and deaths. Then suddenly births and deaths has become an issue. Yeah, the guys protested because it is not their practice.
Oh Lord.
You understand? So which means the reward system within our political, they are looking for every single opportunity to reward their members, which is at the detriment of the prosperity of this country. And that is worrying. So we need to begin to look at our political parties again, whether they are fit for purpose. And at this moment, I say they are not fit for purpose. It's not just the NPP and the NDC. All the political parties, they are not fit for purpose.
Is this something you might consider, putting out detailed responsibilities or duties of the various offices?
No, it is a necessary requirement. And I always speak to my colleague MPs and others whenever we meet. Like after my elections, when I met my executives, this was exactly the issues I raised before them. Going to do an orientation this weekend. I will do a capacity building program from the top right down to the police station level, and also identify and give them a proper detailed job description, because that is where I'm coming from.
Right.
If someone is a communicator, I'm now on a show. What should the party constituency communications officer be doing? He should know exactly what his job is.
Right.
Okay, so, but it shouldn't be me as an individual who has that kind of knowledge and experience to do in my constituency.
Yeah.
It should be built up from the top.
Part of
so
the party's architecture.
Part of the architecture. And I believe this is a conversation I'm going to have with. No, because we have it there. You have it in terms of. No. It's something already that, but at least it is an important call. I have already initiated about
practice.
Exactly, so that we can get it across.
Let me just, you see, again, with political, look at the controls they have. An organizer gets up and says, no paper. They say, oh yeah, 25,000, and they give it to him. He comes back, no accountability. So these are the things that are happening within our own political party. There are no checks, no control. So once they get into government, that is how government is. No physical number.
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. I was hoping we could touch briefly on the GN Bank issue, but
just a minute each.
Yeah, briefly.
Yeah.
Quick thoughts on.
No, so it's all good for our judicial system. Of course, GN Bank at the High Court level was granted authorization to commence operations again based on their case that was before the court. And then the AG, or I believe the Bank of Ghana appealed.
Exactly.
And at the Supreme Court, they've injuncted that order. So it is up to the Supreme Court to make a final determination on the matter. So once the Supreme Court rules on it, we will know where it lies.
And this will impact the future of banking and if like license revocation in the country. Engineer, quick bite on it.
Beyond that, I think that it's worrying that no one at the Bank of Ghana was held accountable in all these banking collapses.
True.
Because it's also an issue of accountability. You are a supervising body. How did the banks collapse? Who are the people who continue to give these banks
the
okay? For me, that is the worry, and that is what we must learn from all that is happening now. People must be held accountable. It's not just politicians, technocrats must be held accountable for the decisions that they took that has brought this nation to where it is.
Very well. Thank you so much. Michael Kosidede is an engineer. Isaac Boama Nyako is the Member of Parliament for Efia in the Western region. I am Nana Tuffour Boateng. This has been the News Review segment on Breakfast Daily. But please don't go away. The show continues after this.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabedim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
In today's fast-paced African business landscape, human resources is no longer just a support function. It's the strategic heartbeat of your organization. Are you prepared to lead that change and redefine your professional impact? Welcome to the HR Connect Conference 2026. This year, we are diving deep into our professional theme, from certification to competence. Why elevating HR is critical for business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. We are profoundly honored to host our guest of honor, His Majesty the Gamanche, King Takiteko Churu II, alongside our distinguished guest speaker, Honorable Haruna Pelpo. Over 2 transformative days at the prestigious Labadi Beach Hotel, you will go far beyond traditional theory. We have curated an immersive experience designed to challenge your thinking and sharpen your edge. You will have the opportunity to participate in our expert-led masterclass sessions, including personal branding and mastery, the CDAT compensation and benefits masterclass, our critical labor law masterclass, and the forward-looking SHRP future of work masterclass. Beyond the masterclasses, you will gain rare, high-level perspectives during our exclusive C-suite sessions, engage in intimate fireside chats, and participate in our interactive table talk sessions focusing on HR mentorship mastery and the latest in HR tech. Proudly partnered by CDAT Consult and SHRP, this is the premier gathering for HR professionals ready to shape the future of our industry. Mark your calendars for July 30th and 31st, 2026, starting 9 a.m. sharp each day. Elevate your practice, drive your business. Join us at the HR Connect Conference 2026. We look forward to connecting with you there.
Now, World Cup we know 2026 World Cup we Ghana need to win a ball first.
Expect yourself. Expect yourself.
Apania.
And what?
Team na me bacho team na ni dina me obo wi ara ni.
Okay, what's it? 401. What's it falia? And then up panie. Which country did Ghana first play in the World Cup?
Oh my, confused. Palaman.
And what?
Palaman.
It's a beautiful Wednesday morning and it's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV, and we want to say you are welcome. As you already know, Nana Tuffour Boateng started the show with his panelists as they went through some topics that are shaping the nation politically. And my name is Chris Carter.
And I am Wahab Abdulrazak. Thank you very much for tuning in. And the show is going to be very exciting, a lineup of a lot of things from entertainment. We'll bring you insightful conversations and more. So stick and stay with us right here on Channel Channel 1 Television Breakfast Daily. Chris?
All right. So do not forget that you are also part of the conversation. So feel free to send in your questions, your thoughts, your wishes, your well wishes even to your loved ones via the WhatsApp number on your screen. And if you're watching us on YouTube right now, the comment section is right there for you to express yourself, and we will get to read it on the show. Now, yesterday was a very interesting day, especially yesterday evening. I'm talking about the match yesterday, and I really was surprised because I thought France was actually going to, give their country a good Independence Day, because yesterday was Jour de Bastille, that's their Independence Day, that's 14 juillet, that's the 14th of July. I thought, they were actually going to give their country something exciting, something worth celebrating on their Independence Day, but hey, it didn't happen. And although I was supporting them, Spain really blew my mind with the good game they had yesterday.
Oh yeah, I expected Spain to win, but not like with that impressive performance.
Yeah.
Because of what France also has been doing in their various matches up until yesterday.
Yeah.
It was very shocking.
Yeah. So, but anyway, we're going to be looking into that as part of our trends, and let us get started with the weather forecast and let people know what the weather is saying for today. So let's sit back and relax. This is from the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Our forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. Starting from today. And this is a summary of today's weather by the Ghana Meteorological Agency. So there's going to be a weak moderate rainstorm that has been sighted along the north of Togo and Ghana, and it's anticipated to propagate westward to induce cloudiness and trigger thunderstorms with rain over parts of the northern Ghana from this morning into the afternoon. Early morning mist or fog patches are likely to develop over coast, forest and mountainous areas, which will reduce visibility. As the day progresses, sunny intervals will dominate the country, with thunderstorms or rain expected over parts of the coast and the inland areas from late afternoon into the evening. And the state of the sea is going to be rough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. this morning. All right, we'll also like to remind you that it's very important for you to follow the Ghana Meteorological Agency on all their social media platforms. They have TikTok, they have YouTube, they have WhatsApp. In fact, WhatsApp, I think they have a whole channel. So it's very important for you to follow them so you can stay updated with the weather in the country. They are also on X and they actually update everything there. But if you have that and also want to back up, I always like to remind everyone to also have a weather app so you can stay updated and prepare, especially knowing what the weather is. All right. So this is from the Ghana Meteorological Agency. All right. So yeah, it's actually very, very interesting the way we are, updating people with the weather now, especially with what happened. And I actually woke up this morning and the first thing I did was pick up my phone.
Check the
I prayed first. Then I picked up my phone and then checked what the weather was, the hourly, state, and I realized it was going to rain. So I had to rush out this morning. And
before you're caught.
Yeah, so as I was taking my bath, actually, the clouds started coming up together. I was like, okay, this works.
In fact, from my end, it started drizzling this morning.
Yeah.
Yes, and it subsided.
Yeah, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there might be rains, today, but not so much. So just take care of yourselves and prepare yourselves towards everything you're going to be doing today. So let's get straight into the reminders.
Yes, so we are 10 days away from the biggest business showcase in the northern Ghana. I mean the Northern Business Fair 2026. This is the second edition, and as you know, it's going to be very massive. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you are an investor, if you are an innovator, the Tamale Jubilee Park is where you are supposed to be from the 25th and 26th of July this year. So there will be investors there. There will be business leaders who will all be around. So whether you're looking for a new brand, we are looking to showcase your products to the whole world. Yes, the Northern Business Fair 2026 at the Tamale Jubilee Park is where you're supposed to be. So you can reach us on 0205 973 9734 to book your spot and also make all the necessary inquiries about the Northern Business Fair 2026. It's going to start from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, and the date is 25th and 26th of July 2026, happening live at Tamale Jubilee Park. And the number again, you can reach us on 0205 973 973 to book your spot and make all the necessary inquiries. We want to say a big thank you to our sponsors, EcoBank, NPA, and GEPA, for supporting us.
Yes, and also remember that if you're a business here in Accra or any part of the country and you think that you also want to show the people in the north what you have, the Northern Business Festival is actually for you too. So this is not just for people in the north. So you can actually move from different parts of the country to the north to showcase what you have. So if you think that your product or your business or your innovation actually suits anyone in the north, or you think that people in the north will benefit from this business innovation or product that you actually have, the Northern Business Festival is also for you. So do well to call the number and register and go out there and let the Northern Ghana know what you actually have here. Anyway, let's move over to the Literacy Challenge. The Literacy Challenge is back, and obviously it's for pre-secondary students, and you definitely do not want to miss any of this, because the grand prize to be won is 10,000 Ghana cedis and a laptop, and of course a bragging right for a whole year. So the entry topic is, in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a student consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence, also known as AI, in education. Advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring the students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. So the eligibility to be part of this is ages 11 to 15 only, 11 to 15. And there are guidelines to this. So the guidelines to writing these essays are the essays must be handwritten by the participants, that's the students or the ward, and add your full contact details. And this must be endorsed by your parents, your guardian, or your teacher. So if parents, guardians, and teachers are listening, this must be endorsed by you. And if you are going to be posting from other parts of the country and not in Accra, and you want to send it by mail, post it to the Literacy Challenge, P.O. Box GP 14123, Accra Central, or deliver it, especially for people in Accra here. Just come straight to Channel 1 TV premises, Tesano, Accra. Now, if you want more details on that, all you need to do is call the number 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. You don't want to be, you don't want to miss any of this. So do well to be part of the literacy challenge. And we want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors for this. Our sponsors are
on Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocates Publishing.
All right, so we want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, as you already heard, our Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing. Thank you for holding us down and for helping us contribute into the future of Ghanaian children.
Right, so we're moving on. Blansons is airing. The Blansons is a drama series produced here by us, Channel 1 Television. It's very relatable to our Ghanaian homes and all that. It airs every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. It's a very interesting drama series that you would not want to miss. So, but if you miss it on Thursday, that is the premiere day for fresh episode. You can catch the repeat on Friday at 11:30 a.m. on Saturdays at 7 p.m. On Sundays, you can get it at 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 3 p.m. and also you can get it at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. The Blansons is all about drama and more, so don't miss it. It's just a great masterpiece that we have produced here at Channel 1 Television to make your day, you know. And we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors for holding us down: NASCO Electronics, Lizzie Shato, Out and Certified Spray, Everpack, and Lily Rice. Thank you very much.
All right, so community kickoff for all football lovers. You definitely do not want to miss this. So you have to join us on community kickoff right here on Channel 1 TV every Tuesday at 5:30. And this is actually where we spotlight local talent when it comes to community football. And usually, most times, our big stars have come out from these communities, so we're going to be showcasing what they do, all the passion that erupts from the football, and how they learn and how they want the places to be bettered, and also how they contribute positively into the community and the lives of the people there. So ladies and gentlemen, you definitely do not want to miss this every Tuesday at 5:30 for community kickoff, focusing on grassroots football. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for some of our reminders. It's time for us to start up the day, and we are getting into some music with Shane Elsie, and then we'll be right back with the show.
Good morning, Ghana. My name is Elsie Shane. I'm honored to be here. So this song right here is a cover to 1942 by Ira Star, and I hope you enjoy it. Might have it all, but I'ma need some more. Time passes fast, already gone. Shoot to kill, but I don't mean to hurt nobody. I just do this for fun. We in the pool with a bottle. 1942 in a deep buckle. The feeling's good. Oh, what's up, bubble? There's money in the duffel. Get another one, no. This moment makes it all worth it. All the time we put into the job. First time scratching past the surface makes me realize I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna lose. Yeah. And I'm here with Kofi Strings, my guitarist. Yeah. Let's go. Might have it all, but I'ma need some more. Time passes fast, already gone. Shoot to kill, but I don't mean to hurt nobody. I just do this for fun. We in the pool with a bottle. 1942 in the buckle. The feel is good. Oh, what's up, bubble? There's money in the duffel. Get another one. No, this moment makes it all worth it. All the time we put into the job. My first time scratching past the surface makes me realize I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna lose. I don't wanna. I don't wanna lose, so I will never lose. I don't wanna lose. Yeah. 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 This song right here is my debut single. It was released about 2 months ago. It's called That Feeling. And I hope you get that feeling while I perform. Enjoy. Oh, hey boy, you got me moving fast. Tonight I wanna make it last. Come close, so you feeling it, oh believe it. Oh, now let me cock it up. Do the thing that you like. I'm a cushion and I wanna tingling my spine. So I'ma fling it up, I'ma set it up. Pull up your weight, push up on me, oh, oh, oh. The way you did move, I love it, yeah, yeah. The way you did too, I like it, oh. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Skin to skin, deep and deep. Hold me, hold me. Tease me, tease. Please me, please. I'm risking it, babe. Boy, you know, say I be bedroom bully. Can't be your desire if you let me. When you love up on me, I get that feeling. Push it up on me. Yeah, 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 yeah. The way you did move, move. The way you did do. The way you did move, I love it. Oh, oh, I love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Daddy, 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 oh, daddy, 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 daddy. Oh, the way you did move, I love it. The way you did too, I like it. The way you did move, I love. The way you did play, I like it. Coffee strings where you play, I love it. The way you did move, move. The way you did too.
All right, that was a beautiful performance by Elsie Shane, and it's now time to get into the trends and know what is happening on the various social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, just name them. So we're going to delve into the bigger stories on those platforms. Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. And now to our trends. And a lot is happening, Chris.
Yeah. So the first one is about a man assaulting another man who's an Okada rider because his girlfriend sat on his lap. And as you can see, it's not a very friendly, footage that we're actually seeing there.
Yeah.
The Okada rider is an 18-year-old boy, and he attacked him with a machete, as you can see. And this happened in Diaso. And the incident actually reportedly followed a misunderstanding involving the suspect's girlfriend at an Okada station. So this video has caused a lot of uproar, and obviously net citizens calling on Ghana police to please, locate this person and do something about it, because I don't understand why someone would even assault someone in the first place. Talk more of picking up a machete to hit him. Anything can actually happen. It can actually go south. It can actually be more gory than we are actually seeing it on air. It's already disgusting enough. It's already irritating and infuriating and triggering enough, but it can actually go south and somebody might lose their lives because of, lack of self-control. Let us check out some of the comments coming around this topic. This is from real_Kofi__. If I am a lawyer, I'll be very petty. In a case like this, I am giving you the maximum number of years it comes with. No negotiations. Actually, you have to be a judge, not a lawyer. At Ghana Police Service, the face is clear. So this is from _priest, but a lot of underscores between his priest. Yeah, so coming from at Ignition Away, at Ghana Police Service, over to you. This is so with a sad emoji. At lot_minded for girl when ogo Mariamu. Ha ha ha. So this person is at _Bensbro. At Ghana Police Service, please hurry up and arrest the boy. He said on TikTok live this evening that he will go back and kill the boy after beating him with a machete. That's actually very, 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 if it's true that he went back on TikTok live to make such claims about going back to unalive someone later on, especially after assaulting him with a machete, then Ghana Police Service, please, you need to do something about it before it goes out and someone loses their lives.
That's totally unacceptable, and I like how everyone in the comment section was tagging the Ghana Police Service to quickly come in and arrest the guy and prosecute him, because why must you come on? Not even your wife, your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, that's totally unacceptable. So the Ghana Police Service, lately we've been seeing a lot of your work and very interventional, timely. Yes, these are some of the things we want to see as well. And for him to get the nerves to even go on live, no, let's get to this and yes, arrest him. But to some other trends, there's actually a good one. So a driver believed to be an Uber driver positioned a car in front of a truck that failed brakes to prevent major accident on the Ofanko highway, and people have been hailing him on social media left, right, center, because so that's what you can see on your screen. Very, very interventional, although the car doesn't have triangle or whatever. These are some of the things the Ghana police needs to check, and at a checkpoint they tend to be checking something else.
No, so basically the car was going to fail, like the brake failed. so he could have hit a lot of people.
So he came in with
so
his
he
car
came
to
in with
cross.
his car to cover up and, you know, avert that accident from happening. Yes. So
although dangerous, but he took that bold initiative to save more lives. Interesting. Let's check some comments on what people have been saying on that on social media. Right to the comment. Locks 50. It says, Minister of Transport and Highways, you have to get this young man a new car. You have to get this young man a new car. A lot of cars and trucks don't go for car inspection. It could have been deadly. That's very true. From Good iLocks. The Boy 442. Heroes really exist. Yes, with fire emoji and some applaud. The Teshi plug. This is serious, very dangerous, but that was brave. Absolutely. Rejoice Digbo. God bless this man. God bless this man, and he should be rewarded for this bravery. Some comments there.
Spider-Man isn't always in a suit. Sometimes they come as boat drivers. This is from Blake_Bobo's man. Royal MC, truck brake failure is something that should never happen. If only these drivers would take their pre-trips and post-trips seriously. Abby's_clothing. Oh, this is so kind. Clap, clap, clap. And yes, this is the video. I mean, just imagine if this man was not there, a lot of things would have gone wrong. So many people would have been affected, lives and cars and, you know, properties would have all been lost in one day. But thanks to the quick thinking and also very sharp and empathetic driver for putting his car out there. So yeah, I also agree that the Minister of Roads and Transportation should actually do something for him, for averting such an accident or what could have been a disaster.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to some sports, did you watch the match yesterday between Spain and France?
Yes, I said that this morning, that I did watch it. And it was, that it was very surprised? Amazing. A lot of, you know, the thing is, I hadn't watched Spain throughout the whole competition, you understand? But this time around, I now understand the fuzz of what is making everybody, you know, really put their bet on Spain. It was a good game. It was a good game. I expected so much from France, but everything they did was actually, you know, defended and attacked by Spain. I think Spain had very good counterattacks and they used it well. They are very defensive. Oh my God! Everything was just so great. Everything was just so great. Everything was just so great. Everything was great. And French also. I mean, the French team also. You know, they missed some. You know, chances. They missed some chances. I think, especially when the first goal came, and the second goal came, they became very fidgety and all that. It just makes you lose your morale. We saw them lose their morale there. But then again, well done to the French. I mean, they've also come a long way. So they are up for the quarterfinals. And with the winner of tomorrow's match, definitely. I mean, with the loser of tomorrow's match, they're going to play to get who is going to be the third place. So, yeah, so they've also come a long way. Well done to each and every one of them. Yeah, and also Lamine also wanted a gift for his birthday, which he said that one of the goals could have been a gift for his birthday. But, I mean... his goal was, you know, counted off because of the offside there.
But at least I think that win alone will be very comforting for him to crown that birthday celebration.
And also one thing I really enjoy about every Spanish game is the fact that the they always put a spotlight on Lamin's younger brother. He's like the child star.
He was all over yesterday.
He's the child star of the whole World Cup game.
Yeah.
Because anytime Spain plays, they try to put him out there, and he's always happy. He's always, enthusiastic, always cheering his brother on with his huge chubby face. Yeah, so I think that's
I don't know whether he's aware that he's all over the place.
Of course, he knows his brother is Lamin, so definitely he knows that he's going to be all over the place. Because your life changed from being a normal child to a brother of a star. Definitely, you know there's a difference. So yeah, even though he's young, he will know that there's a difference.
Interesting. Yeah, so Spain has booked their slot in the finals of the 2026 FIFA World Cup after that 2-0 victory over France. Interesting. So after, we're going to see whether they will meet Argentina or England and make history again.
Oh my God, that's another match.
But what are you expecting, Argentina or England?
I'm not a fan of any.
Well, Argentina, my goat is going to do the wonders again.
I don't really, this is one of those matches that I'm just watching it for the fun of it. I'm not a fan of any. I'm not a fan of the English team. Maybe after watching Jude, I think he's a good player. So yeah, that can be very entertaining too. But I'm not a fan of any of the teams. Maybe individuals. I want to see what Messi does. I want to see what Jude does. I want to see what Harry does. But I'm probably not a fan of the team. I'm not going to say I'm betting on this person or this person.
But you have a soft spot for England?
No, at all.
Really?
I don't.
Well, Argentina all the way, by the way.
Good luck to them.
Yes.
Good luck to them. We'll see what comes out tomorrow. And obviously, whoever comes out as a winner tomorrow, it's going to be facing... whoever comes out of a winner today is going to be facing yesterday's winner. That is Spain. And yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see who wins. But now I think I want Spain to win all through.
Chris just wants to be against my goat.
I don't really care about your goats.
My goat will surprise you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's check out the comments of the day. Let's check out the comments from this. Hunter_Shako, one giant down. Now let's see whether Argentina or England can survive the next test. And then Oluwa 22 kilometers. Football is not about gra. Spain said, nah, we will teach you how to play football. And they did it with clean sheets. Yeah, they actually did. They actually schooled them yesterday. At Akvikok, France were really outplayed, sure. Spain absolutely deserved to win. At Maria Flores XOO, Spain made France look average. They did. At Olive Bat P90707, Spain, you are absolutely legends. My man of the match is definitely the entire squad's vibe. Pure magic. It's true. It's hard to choose one person, actually. At guest moment, what a performance from Spain. Ronaldo fans switching to England after France got...
Yeah, one is here.
Okay.
One is in studio.
Yeah. So it was a very good one. Well done to Spain for that beautiful game yesterday. It was a very beautiful game. Honestly, it was a very beautiful game. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, because I haven't really sat down to watch it, but it was beautiful. Now I now understand the fuss. I now understand the buzz. In fact, I stand with anybody that is standing with Spain right now because it was beautiful. I think that's how football should be. Yeah, it was a beautiful match. Yeah. Anyway, well done to them.
Let's see how tonight goes.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the trend. But let's check out the video of the day. Wow, that's all we can say actually.
In the quest to save someone, they end up creating something that's unfortunate. But yes, let's be mindful and also let people understand situations, I guess.
Wow.
So that's the video of the day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the video of the day. Let us go on a quick break, and when we come back, we are heading to Namumber North Municipality. Actually, we have a story there, and it's a story that will definitely touch each and every one of us because it affects young girls. Let's go on this break, and when we come back, we'll talk about it.
Amama menyine hunubi efisejo nyami ono na waka obeshra Ghana amagana yenshira wakano ebebemo hallelujah. Enuanom osume bosume Ghana odiman pa abodwuma diesronko a Aglo International de Bremon ebaso ayamemneda 18 July 2026 wa Blasters Cran anopa so 7 a.m. prompt edina daso onyamia sembebemu team not one of God's purposes for Ghana will fail. Joshua chapter 21 verse 45 erade hye pa efa Ghana hono ba kukrampo emfrimu ebebem for afadie bia brebi join thousands of intercessors to pull down the blessings of God upon our nation. Be aglow for Jesus.
Ghana Blasters coach in your friend is saying
Carlos Kules. Carlos Kules.
Ghana current coach in your friend is saying
Carlos Kuros.
Pardon?
Carlos Kuros. Carlos Kuros.
Carlos Kuros. Charlie. Carlos Kuros. Oya de.
Talo. Sorry.
What's your name?
My name is Said.
Said. Who is the current coach of the Black Stars?
Keros.
Pardon?
Alex Keros.
Who is the current coach of the Black Stars?
Carrots.
And what?
Carrots.
Carrots.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's head into our communities. Before we get into that, we'd like to remind you that teenage pregnancy actually remains one of the most pressing issues when it comes to social and public health that Ghana is facing in a lot of communities. So beyond the statistics are girls who their lives have been put on hold, education put on hold, dreams have been cut short, and they go through different abuse and different things in their life because they are trying to adjust their lives to having babies at a young age. So now heading to Namumber North Municipality here in Ghana, there is a growing concern about the rise of teenage pregnancy, and this has actually prompted a whole call for action, calling the government, calling people to help these situations, because there have been incidents of even as young as 14 years old girls having babies and putting their lives on hold. Now, we actually have a report on this, and this is by Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira, who is our Northern Regional Correspondent. Let us hear what he has to say about this when it comes to the reportage that we're going to be watching, and then later on we will get to talk to him and also people, you know, concerned about this and to find a solution about this. So let's watch this report.
Estimates indicate that Chamba and its surrounding communities have more than 200 teenage mothers who have dropped out of school. The challenge was also evident during this year's Basic Education Certificate Examination (BECE), where more than 10 candidates in the municipality sat for the exams whilst pregnant or as lactating mothers. Addressing the Municipal Assembly's General Meeting, the Municipal Chief Executive for Nanumba North described the situation as worrying.
The number of candidates who were visibly pregnant increased from 4 in 2025 to 6 this year. And the number of lactating mothers also increased to 7 from 1 last year. Whilst we are worried about the incidence of teenage pregnancy among our school children, I am asking the Municipal Education Director to work with parents and guardians to address the high number of candidates absenteeism.
A representative of the Human Rights Committee in Chamba says teenage pregnancy has become one of the community's biggest social challenges.
This always occurs. That is our dance they normally play in the night. Any child that have that issue you confront at the end of the day, it is from the dance that they normally play. And situation like this is also another factor that some of our parents do not have time for their children. They leave them like that. Whatever happens, they don't care. So at the end of the day, you see that pregnant at the age of 14, and you don't know. When the issue brought before us, you intervene, you try to look at it, you will see that I don't know whether it is an ignorance. That is what I can say.
Some teenage mothers who express regret over becoming pregnant at an early age are encouraging other young girls to stay focused on their education and avoid making similar mistakes.
What I have to tell my sisters is that they should work hard and they should also stop running after boys. I know that our parents don't have much to give, but they should comport themselves. They should try all their possible best to make sure they have money to go to school, or if they couldn't make to school, they should also get some money to support themselves, to learn some work before they get married or they give birth.
It was not easy. When somebody thinks being in school with a pregnancy and giving birth is easy, and the person thinks to also do that, is not a good advice, and it's not easy. I'm advising my sisters who are also coming out to also advise their sons and listen to the advice of our parents and teachers. Not to also enter into this, because it will not be easy for them. Maybe we are getting this from Yendi development officers. At their time, maybe they will not also get that.
Many of these teenage mothers are unemployed and struggle to provide for themselves and their children. A Reverend sister at the St. Joseph Clinic and Maternity Home in Chamba says she is deeply concerned about the increasing numbers of teenage mothers in the area. She explained that with support from the Yendi Development Center of the Catholic Diocese, vocational training and livelihood support have been provided to some of the girls.
I have realized that getting pregnant at the age of 15 is not shameful in the community. And I want to make it known to the community that It is not normal for a girl to get pregnant at that age. It is not normal for a girl to drop out of school at that age because of pregnancy. And most importantly, those who are pregnant now, those who have given birth now, I want to instill that kind of confidence and courage in them through this program. And so it's not just about the skills training alone. We are going to engage in mentorship, in entrepreneurial skills. We are going to have a lot of talks. We are going to have cooking demonstrations. We are going to engage the nurses and other opinion leaders in this program.
And that's the story coming from Namumba North Municipality, Chamba to be specific. That's all I can say. Asai.
That's very worrying.
It's very, very, very worrying.
Yeah, to see young girls, have their dreams some way shattered because of unplanned pregnancies, if I should say so, due to a whole lot of underlining factors causing this. And I like the advice the young mothers also give them, because they have been in those shoes before.
Yeah.
And I'm sure by now, in a way, one or two, they've regretted some of the things they do, and as a result are admonishing the up-and-coming ones to focus on their education and stick to the advice their parents and teachers give them.
But this is not only something happening in the north, because where I was living before, here in Accra, that's around East Legon Hill. When you enter deep inside, those tiny communities inside there, there were girls as young as 13, 12
13 years.
that had babies. Yeah, some I even helped, and you would think they'll stop. They don't. They just continue living that life, and then you will see a girl that's probably preparing for BC or some sort of exam, and then you see her actually preparing. Like I had conversations with them.
How can you have the
then
mental
the next thing,
focus?
Then the next thing this person does, because I remember one came to me, oh, I need books for my exam, I need this, I need that. So I gave her the money to get them and everything. Or I need to pay my school fees, I did that for her. Like the next month, I saw her with her stomach poking out. I was like, wow, this is someone I just helped, and her friend, and her friend. So it's just something that is really happening that we need to really pay attention to. But luckily for us, we actually have Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira, who is the Northern Regional Correspondent here at Channel 1 TV, and he brought the story. He is going to be speaking to us via Zoom. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi.
How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I am doing very well this morning, except that it's been raining since dawn.
Yes. I heard that it's been raining. So how bad is it though?
Yeah. Since dawn, we have not been able to go out to actually assess the situation outside there. But seriously, it's raining. By now I should have been on my way to Yendi.
Yeah.
But have not been able to even come out of my room for now.
Okay. Maybe you should take today off and rest.
Sure. If you people will give me the chance, I will.
All right. So let's get straight into the story. What actually drew your attention to this issue of teenage pregnancy in this area?
Yeah, thank you very much. What actually happened was that the last municipal assembly meeting organized by the Nanumba North Municipal Assembly here in Bimbila, he raised the concern that they just ended BECE exams. The number of teenage mothers rose from last year. So I said, wow, then he gave the statistics from pregnant expectant mothers from 4 to 5, from 1 to 5, and then lactating mothers to 7. Then I said, wow, then this is the. So I took the interest to actually find out what is happening. So I contacted the assembly, and he actually gave me the hint that the incident is very prevalent at Chamba.
Yeah.
on the Bimbila Salga route. So I decided to move in there to actually assess the situation on the ground, and it was terrible. It was terrible.
Right. So this is not the first time that you are actually focusing on that area, especially when it concerns children. You've actually reported something on, you know, the International Child's Day before, as I think last in 2021 or so. Now, can you paint a picture for us of what you actually witnessed on the ground when it comes to the amount of girls that have, you know, I mean, the amount of young girls or teenage girls that have children?
Yes. When you go to Chamba and it's surrounded, you know, Chamba is a major town in the Nanumba North Bimbila here. Maybe I will say in the Nanumba North municipality, Chamba is the second largest community here. And so when you go there and you see children carrying babies, maybe the first thing that will come to your mind is that maybe is their mothers or sisters' babies that they are carrying. That to your surprise, it is their own children that they are carrying. So actually, when I went there, I actually had interaction with stakeholders in the community. The chiefs lamented, and then the community leaders. There is this man, the Human Rights Commission. They have a representative in the community, and what he actually told me was that the menace is a serious issue that they are battling with. And it has to do with the nightclubs and then drinking stalls that they have. You know, these days young guys are engaged in all manner of drug abuse.
Yeah.
So that is the result, and the young girls are being lured into those things. So that is actually the issue there. So when I went there, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And Chamba, actually, because they have that in the community, they have a junior high. They have opened a junior high school for them. That actually I wasn't, because it was raining that day and it's Sunday too. I wasn't able to get to them. They have a junior high school for the dropouts. Those mothers, maybe they can go there to continue with some level of their education there. So it was something serious, and community members are actually battling with this canker, please.
Right. So if community members are battling with this canker, I mean, these girls actually come from families, and then these families entails of parents, you know, and some of the girls have parents alive and parents watching them. So from your reports, from the report that we watched earlier, one of the speakers actually said this also has to do with you know, parents. Now, how does these factors actually intertwine with everything that we are seeing right now? Since the community is concerned, what are the parents saying, since we know that some of this is actually their own neglect?
Yes, it is part of the neglect of parents that these things are coming. You know, Chamba, to a large extent, is a farming community. And for that matter, the whole of Nanumba North is a farming community. And many of these parents they are not educated, those in the community. Many of the parents there are not educated. So take serious interest in their children's welfare is something that is lacking in the community. So children are just left on their own and they are doing all things. Parents are not able to cater for their children because their needs. If they need something, parents are not able to provide. And these young guys, because they are mostly into gaming and betting and other things, they tend to have something. So if a young lady or a young girl requests something from them, they are easily able to provide. So that is how these girls are normally get into these things. Parents' responsibility is something seriously lacking in the community, please.
All right, so what has been the reaction of local authorities, especially when you put out this story? How do they feel about it? Is anybody trying to be proactive and trying to make changes now, or what are they saying?
Yes, after this report, some parents actually called to congratulate me on bringing out this issue. But the other issue is that, you know, these days, politics and other things has taken over everything. The human rights person tells me that if an issue comes out, and they want to follow it, sometimes the pressure on them will lead them to also abandon the case. So, in fact, community actually it's a serious canker, my sister. It's a serious canker there because many parents are not collaborating or they are not supporting to fight the issue in Chamba. One person that also got interest in this thing is the Reverend Sister there.
Right.
You know, he comes from somewhere from Upper East region, and she's a Reverend Sister working at the Chamba maternity, a Catholic maternity hospital there.
Right.
So when she first came and saw the statistics, she was alarmed, and she tried to see something. That was also an idea that also came. So when I speak to her, she also tried to get some support for the young girls. But seriously, it's as if young girls getting pregnant in Chamba community is not something that the community is so serious about.
Right.
They see it to be normal. They see it to be normal in the community.
Right, right. So you also mentioned that there's actually a school that have been set up for them to go back, especially people who have these children or the young girls who have children. So probably they wouldn't feel shame or they wouldn't feel left out when it comes to education. Are they really going back to those schools?
Yeah, some are there. Some are going back, but to others, they still feel ashamed to go there with their babies and things. Even at the scene at the Bingla Training or Cedar High here, all the time, if I'm going during our time, there used not to be those things there. But these days, you see lactating mothers in school and things. But in that school in particular, some are not going. The population there is not much.
Right.
The children still feel ashamed of themselves. Because some of them, like you said earlier, some of them spoke to me. They actually advised their colleagues not to get into what they didn't know and they've gotten themselves into.
Now, finally,
yes.
Where are the fathers of these babies?
Yes, this is another question. Some of them, on the day that this support, the Reverend Sister was supporting them, some of the boyfriends were also there. But to some of the girls that I interacted with, they say their boyfriends, they don't even know their whereabouts. So some of them were single mothers. They were taking care of the babies themselves. They don't know. They have broken up with the boyfriends or the men responsible for that. So it was just a few boys that were there, and I tried to speak to some of them, but many declined to speak to me. That was why I did not put them in my story.
Right, Alabra, there seems to be the issue of sexual exploitation in the area, and has there been, some efforts to sensitize these teenagers on, sexual issues, especially by school authorities, by the municipal assembly itself, and all that?
Yes, following the last address by the MCE. And then the Catholic Church in Chamba town, they are actually doing things wonderful there to sensitize the people on the dangers or the negative impact of this thing. The MCE told me the measures the assembly is putting in place to actually go there to sensitize them. But the Catholic Church, they are in the community currently, and some of these helps or assistance given to these mothers are some of the things they are doing. So my question to them was, seeing this help or assistance given to them, wouldn't that influence other young girls to also say, oh, then let me also get pregnant so that maybe I will get this assistance from these people? They said no. They said no. It was just something just to assist these people, but they were doing some things. They were doing sensitization to actually discourage others from coming into this state, please.
Right, right. So after this report now, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is the way forward?
Well, we hope that maybe community leaders who were earlier on not so much interested in fighting this thing will now develop the interest with the support of the human rights rep in the community and then the Catholic Church sister because he actually brought in the Catholic Development Center in Yendi, who also come into to help in this. So I think going forward, parents or what's the name, people who are responsible for this thing will now sit up to actually see what is going on, please.
All right, thank you so much, Mohammed M. Alavera, who is our Northern Regional Correspondent. Thank you so much for speaking to us. I mean, this is a very important story that he has brought to us. I mean, and also I like the fact that he is always writing stories about the children in that area, because this is not the first time he's bringing a report like this before. He has also brought something like this in 2021, and the numbers are also, you know, growing.
From 1 to 7, 3 to 10. That's very concerning.
Yeah, it's very concerning. You see, that's why I like the question you asked about sexual exploitation. I feel it's very important that the GES, okay, but before that, let us speak to the MCE. We have Mr. Abdul Samad Hamza, who is the MCE of Nanumba North. Let us have this conversation with him, and then we can continue with our conversation. Hello, sir.
Hello. Good morning to my
Hello, Mr. Hamza.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing good.
All right, so you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm sure you already have seen the report, or you have an idea of what we are going to be talking about. So your community is actually raising a serious concern about the issues of the growing number of teenage pregnancy. What are your thoughts about this?
Yes. Good morning to my cherished listeners and viewers.
Yeah.
Yes. Chemba and the Nanumba North municipality has been battling with teenage pregnancy for quite some time now. We have done a lot of sensitization to get the girl child into schools, encourage the girl child to be focused on learning, and for them to practice protective sex education. And in my last address during the assembly, it was one of my major areas that I talked on. We noticed that during the last BEC exams, the number of teenage lactating mothers and pregnant school children increased from 1 to 7, and the number of lactating mothers also increased from 5 to 13, and that is a manifestation of the rate of teenage pregnancy at within our communities. This is just the basic education exam. There was just the BEC examination that recorded these numbers. If you get to the communities themselves, you would have noticed that many of our girls had dropped from school just because they had been forcefully married. You know, the settings within our communities, our concomba communities, excuse me to say, is that we still have this betrothal system, where a girl can be betrothed to a man, and the girl will find it difficult to refuse to that betrothal system. These are factors that account to these teenage pregnancies. So a child already married and in school, you definitely cannot prevent the child from and the husband from doing certain things at home, and before you realize, the child will get pregnant, even though the child is still a school-going child. These are some of the things we have talked about it a number of times on our community engagements with parent and community member stakeholders. But it takes time for people to adopt changes. So we are hopeful that the municipality will continue the education, the sensitization, and to encourage our girls and children from early marriages to prevent these teenage pregnancies.
Right. Is there actually any formal program to help the girls reintegrate into the educational system, especially after dropping out?
The Ghana education currently code of conduct do not prevent your lactating mothers or pregnant girls from continuing their education. But that we know certainly that even if they are not prevented, but their attention is definitely going to be divided in learning, because child upbringing and then parenting is an institution on its own. To couple with education is going to be something tedious for them. So we are working. We are not saying we cannot, and nobody cannot prevent them from continuing education. But then they themselves, the stress of parenting and that of education sometimes forcefully make them drop out.
Right.
So these are issues that we have to look at.
Right. So do you have a social welfare there?
Yes, we do have.
So if you have a social welfare, how is the Assembly working with the social welfare and other departments to tackle the issue of economic and social factors, especially when they're saying, okay, it's a poverty issue or it's a parental issue? How is the social welfare working with the Assembly to put this together?
See, many of them are not privy to these systems. So when the person does not come up, it becomes difficult for the social welfare to identify them. They must come up with their issues before social welfare can put in any mechanism to assist them or to intervene. But if they don't come up, if the issue they themselves don't bring out the issue, they don't report to social welfare, it becomes difficult for the identification to be done. So I think social welfare is working closely with communities. We do a lot of community engagement, community outreach programs to be able to let people understand what they should do, the stages they should pass through. But still, they don't come out.
Right. So you also mentioned the issue of the betrothal system. Now, with this whole issue, what are the chiefs and religious leaders or traditional leaders and religious leaders in that area doing about it, since it's a canker?
Anything that is attached to the people's culture, the people's religion, it is something that is very difficult and very sensitive to change instantly. Religious leaders, opinion leaders, they are doing their part too, but once it is attached to their culture, their religion or ethnicity, if you are not careful, the managing it can lead to a different compounded problems in the society. So these are dynamics that we need to manage very well with time.
All right. I know we understand this is not a new phenomenon in the Nanumba North municipality. Does the Assembly have a comprehensive strategy to deal with this particular issue?
Yes. That was why I tried to table the issue on our Assembly session, because I want community ownership. I want societal ownership. When the society owns the fight, when the society owns the education, it becomes easier for us. When their attention is drawn to it, the challenges they confront it and they own it to carry it, it becomes very easy for the Assembly to manage it.
All right. So, what will be your message to the young girls of your municipality right now, especially if there's any way they are watching you?
They identify me as their colleague. I identify them as my colleague because we are fortunate to have gotten the mandate as the youth to lead the people of the municipality. So it becomes easier, very, very. My doors are always open and I'm always on the ground with them, letting them understand that many of them can be like me, many of them can be like other ladies like you, Shamima Muslim, and many other people. I use exemplary leadership for them to look up to, so that people they can take as their role models, their mentors, and work towards reaching that far that those people have reached. And becoming it is getting down to the people.
Right.
And I think with time, when we continuously do that, we'll get a change.
Right, Honorable, what has also been your biggest obstacle in, trying to fight this? Would you say funding? Would you say it's the tradition? Would you say it's just the people? What is it?
I didn't get this one clear.
I said, what has been your biggest obstacle in trying to get this issue solved? What has been your biggest roadblock?
I earlier on mentioned it. That's the cultural component of it.
Yeah.
Do you understand? They tell you that it's our culture, it's our tradition, it's our religion. Do you understand? These issues are the obstacles in trying to make impressive changes. But I know with time we shall break those bridges.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. So that was the MC for Nanumba North Municipality, Abdul Salam Hamza, as the MC, taking us through some of the things that the Assembly is doing to get rid of this unfortunate problem in the community. Chris, and as you rightly indicated earlier, it's not only typical of Nanumba North or Chamba per se, it's across the country.
It's across the country, and it's something that actually needs to be looked into, because that's why a lot of girls are, are not in schools, are not in classrooms, because they're out there taking care of babies. Imagine babies taking care of babies. Because that is what it is. And also, I feel like there needs to be some sort of education down to the parents.
Absolutely.
They have become weak. Very weak.
Irresponsible. With the greatest of respect, because
you wouldn't call them irresponsible, because sometimes they cannot control the children.
Peer influence is there, but see,
so who is responsible, the parents or the children?
They are both responsible, but the parents have greater responsibility, because the primary socialization that these girls get from home, they get that before they go out.
Yeah.
So if that is very solid and very fundamental, it becomes very challenging for them to sway away from some of these issues.
Sometimes it can be very everything you mentioned, and still the child will get pregnant. But it's just about, educating these kids on sex education. Sex education is very important. I mean, when we talk about sex education, people, a lot of institutions or some schools even think, oh, you are coming to teach them about sex. No, you are actually teaching them about body autonomy. You are actually teaching them how to protect themselves. It protects them from pregnancies. It protects them from STIs. It protects them and mentally, emotionally, and even ready to be in relationships. That's what sex education does. And that's what people do not, because people confuse sex education with teaching a child to have sex. No, you're not teaching them that.
Because the children do not get this from home. It must start from home. As a mother, if you tell your word, oh, if you do this, this is this, and she goes out and a friend come telling her about all these things, it's not new to her.
No, but you see, you don't blame that parent, because that is not how the parent. No, the parent was not
responsibility.
The parent was not actually trained like that. A parent that is not trained like that and they don't have that kind of education cannot give their child that education. That is when the school comes in. That's when the school comes in and say, because I am paying school fees, I am going to school for a reason, so I should learn some things from school too. Unless, why won't you tell my mother and my father to just teach me the science, the geography, the everything? There should be a part that the school plays
the primary socialization, right?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's the conversation we've been having, and it's an issue of of teenage pregnancy in Nanumbana. And like we said, it's not just Nanumbana; it's something that is happening around the country. But I feel like it's important for everyone to take charge, to learn and unlearn. I believe that some cultures that are not positive and are not productive and are not, healthy should be dropped. If some traditions are actually made by human beings, they can actually be unmade by human beings. So if the issue of we are giving out our girls early to in the hands of marriage betrothed has caused a lot of problems that we are seeing in Chamba, then I feel like whoever came up with this decision, especially this is always a decision to control women bodies. Please, it's 2026. It's not helping. These children need to be in school. I think it's time to actually tradition the whole thing. If it's tradition, if you put it there, remove it. It's time to remove some traditions that are not helping. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we would continue the show.
What if your ideas could shape the future of education in Ghana? If you were a brilliant pre-secondary student aged 11 to 15, this is your moment to shine. Welcome to the Literacy Challenge 2026, the national literacy competition that celebrates young thinkers, great writers, and future leaders. This year's challenge is all about artificial intelligence and education. The topic: in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister of Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of artificial intelligence (AI) in education. Advise on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning, while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. Remember, your essay must be in your own handwriting, must be endorsed by a parent, guardian or teacher, and include your full contact details. Submit your entry by Thursday, 30th July 2026 at the front desk of Channel 1 TV or PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. Stand a chance to win 10,000 Ghana cedis cash, a laptop, and earn the title of Ghana's most outstanding all-round pre-secondary student. For more information, call 0205-973-973. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV. And it's proudly sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocates Publishing.
Erajenyo nyambededio amama menyine hunubi efisejo nyami onu na waka obeshra Ghana amagana yenshira wakano ebebemo hallelujah. Enuanom osume bosume Ghana di manpa abodwuma die sonko a Glow International de Bremon ebaso ayamemneda 18 July 2026 wa Blaster Square Crime anopa so 7 a.m. prompt edina daso onyamia sembebemu team not one of God's purposes for Ghana will fail. Joshua chapter 21 verse 45 erade share pa efa Ghana hono ba kukrampo emfrimu ebebem for afadie bia brebi join thousands of intercessors to pull down the blessings of God upon our nation. May be a glow for Jesus.
Thank you very much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. It's time now to have a conversation, we going into academia, because the Alumni Association of the University of Education, Winneba, have joined us in studio for a conversation about, the whole association, some reforms in their constitution and all that. So with us in studio, we have Dr. Samuel Dankwa, who is the president of the University of Education Winneba Alumni Association, right? Correct?
Correct.
And we also have Solomon Educhum.
Yeah.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. First off, what necessitated all this promulgation of the new constitution and all that?
Well, thank you very much. The University of Education, Winneba, as it stands, promotes education extensively. And so we have a lot of our students or former students who are alumni all over the country and beyond Ghana. Over a couple of time, we've not had a very cohesive environment putting them together, even though the Alumni Association existed. And so a time has come last year that the university sees its need by putting in a formidable alumni front, which seeks to promote the governance, because we are part of the status of the university in its governance. And so we needed to have representation, one, and then to promote the university itself and the publics, which includes our former students who are out there. So the Constitution, one, is the governance structure put on in a document form to helping us run the association well.
Right.
So now we have a constitution that we seek to promote and then promulgate, where the needs, the welfare of members, to building platforms to enhancing their capacity after school.
Right.
And then also the third one, ensuring that we give back to our university.
All right, so how would this constitution actually benefit like a fresh graduate?
A fresh graduate, so fine. That dovetails into the third project we are on, which is the launching of our app. We are building a network, an interactive network, where we getting data from our alumni, where we will ensure that all the benefits that any ordinary alumni association provides members, including welfare. For example, yesterday we had a call, one of our members needs kidney transplant, and we have to pay about 400,000 to this to support her. So whether this person was to be a student, a current student, which we have done, we have had current students who had issues that we have gone to support. We have supported our university hospital with donations. We have supported our audiology center, which is on campus, to help students who are there currently. So they are benefiting from the association. When we do better, we can do extra more for the university, which then benefits the students currently on campus. Then also we are ensuring that we provide platforms where the students would complete school and would not feel hesitant looking for jobs. Because we have a platform that is going to put jobs out there. We're organizing leadership training programs for students on campus, where they have their faculty week celebrations, they have their departmental week celebrations. Now we join them there, where we promote alumni issues, one, and then we also encourage them through people who are in industry already to help them understand how the real world looks like before they are even coming out of school. So the current graduates, the one who is yet to graduate also, is benefiting from the activities of the Alumni Association.
Right.
Yeah.
So why an app?
Why an app? We need a database, one, to track. Two, we need a platform that would help interaction. Three, we need a platform where we can promote what is available in terms of jobs, in terms of global trends. Four, we need to link the university to members of of our association. So the platform here provides these I have listed, so that at the end of the day, we have members still connected to the university and its activities. And then the last but not the least is our fundraising activities, which in turn will benefit or go back to the university and come back to association members as well.
Interesting. And you've also taken up decentralizing your alumni chapter into regions. So why is it important?
Okay, so when you look at the current structure of the Alumni Association, we only have a national executives made up of myself together with the president and other elected executives. Our mandate as executives is to reorganize the face of our association, and we cannot do it all. Our graduates are scattered all over the country, some are in Europe and America, Asia, and many parts of the world. Others too are in different regions. And so we don't want to centralize it only at the university campus to engage only members in the university and some graduates alone in central region. And so as part of the rebuilding, we want to decentralize leadership and governance so that many of our graduates who are out there also doing work could also come on board. And so as we speak, we will be visiting, in fact, almost all the 16 regional capitals in Ghana to have engagement with the alumni members out there. And so one of the ways that will make it very easy for us is the app that we have introduced. And so we are calling on all our members to have keen interest in the business of the alumni, most especially to register on the app. The app has a feature that you select which of the regional places that you belong to so that we can easily identify them and then now arrange and have special meetings with them in the coming months as the year unfolds.
Wow. So what has been the response from the alumni since the announcement of these initiatives?
Very positive. In fact, as we speak, 25th of this month, we want to embark on these 3 initiatives. That is the promulgation of the Constitution, the app, as well as the touring the 16 regional capitals. And so we are going to have it in person, but we are also going to provide an online session so that those who cannot come to the university community could also watch via online. And so we currently have WhatsApp groups, a number of them, and then the university also portal that we have sent the information out there. And so, I mean, we are looking forward that they will respond to the call so that on the 25th of July this month, we can all have them on board as we have the meeting.
Yes. Clearly, you seem to have a lot on your plate in the coming days or years. But is there any short-term plans that you have? You want to really meet it?
Yeah, short-term, yes. So these are the 3 we mentioned. One, the promulgation of the Constitution, which has gone through extensive reviews. So that is on the 25th. So it's a short-term plan. And then once we get it promulgated, we are implementing the tenets of the Constitution. So one, you have to register. So after registration, then we pick it up from there. Then the second is the app itself.
Yeah.
So once we go to Congress, we promulgate the Constitution. Now we have the legal backing to now launch the app and then also visit the regions, because the Constitution provides that now so that we can get started. So these are the 3 key things that in short term, from now up to November. Then in November we have an election actually. So up to November, these are the things that we need to clearly put our heads up and then our chest boldly up to get done. Yes. So we need support from places like we have come, as well as the alumni that are scattered all over the country, like my colleague said.
All right, so talking about alumni that have been scattered all over the country, what message would you like to leave with them?
Okay, so University of Education, whenever, as we already know, is one of the most fastest growing university in the country now. Our students are all over, and the university is putting up a lot of initiatives. Currently, the university intends to put up an ultra-modern library, and also the School of Business, as we find now. I mean, the number of people coming in wanting to school with us is growing. And so we also intend to, I mean, if I say we, I mean the university intends to also put up a whole School of Business complex and other recreational facilities. And so to our graduates out there who are doing well, we know that many of them are doing so well out there. And so we are calling on them to have keen interest in the business of the university. And also once they register, all this information will be put on the platform so that those who have interest to also support their alma mater could do so.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Do you have any?
Yes, briefly, I would want to appreciate the university management because they actually saw the need to revitalize the alumni. So the Vice Chancellor, Professor Jobson, made sure all the Vice Chancellor and Professor Aista, Dansuredu, and then also we have our registrar, Mr. Vidi Boafu, the principal of CODEL, Professor from Pontuku Keche, and his committee that did the actual job that brought us on to get started, and our alumni. We want to say a big thank you to everyone for making it a success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Dr. Samuel Ofori Dankwa, who's the president of the University of Education Winneba Alumni Association, and Solomon Educhum Sapon, who's the vice president of the University of Education Winneba Alumni Association. And it's all about the promulgation of the University of Education Alumni Constitution launch and of the new Alumni Global Network app and inauguration of the regional alumni chapter. And it's been a great conversation. Thank you so much for passing through. Now it's time for us to be crossing over to the Jubilee House, where the Lands Minister, Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, is going to be addressing the media. Let us move over.
Of the Lands Commission. Currently, ELIS is operational in 9 regional offices: Greater Accra, Eastern, Western, Western North, OT, Bono East, Volta, Savannah, Northeast regions.